to the moon. Watch out, 'cause I'm in my zone. And I don't care what you think you got. It's not fair what you think.
Kia ora, good evening and welcome to Eventfinda Stadium here on the North Shore in Taranaki, Auckland, where this is shaping up to be an absolute blockbuster. Semi-final number one of the NZNBL, brought to you by DJ Gardner Homes right here on Sky, between the minor premiers, the Taranaki years, who are looking to go to the finals for the first time in franchise history. And the team that knocked out the Wellington Saints last night, the Auckland Tuatara. Great to have you here with us tonight. I'm Brooke Rusco, joined by four-time NBL champion Casey Franken. The atmosphere is building around us, and this is what it's all about.
100%. You play all season long just for a sniff of the finals, and now that you're here, the work has been done, but the work has just started. You got to go out and do it all over again. The Tuatara did it last night. It's Naki's first taste. I can't wait to see it.
Well, that's a talking point right there. It is their first taste, and this is the first time that they've been here since 1992. Now, we know they're exciting. We're looking at the warm-ups right now, and they can absolutely fly. But what's going through their mind right now?
A little bit of nerves, a little bit bumbling, but mostly just you're chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
You can't wait to get off the chain. It's all about their getting in play. You saw the Tuatara play last night, and you're like, oh, the Saints couldn't do it, but we can do it. They cannot wait. The Tuatara, they just want to do it again.
Absolutely, and they are so exciting to watch on both sides of this one. And, you know, the question is, how did we get here? And the Auckland Tuatara last night had a huge game against the Wellington Saints. First game, though, was the Nuggets versus the Hawks. The Nuggets taking that one 91-80. The Hawks are done for this season. But if I'm being completely honest with you, Case, that Tuatara and Saints game didn't go the way that I saw it going.
You, me, I think everybody at the TAB as well. It was an impressive victory by the Tuatara. The Saints were so good, but because of the way that the Tuatara played, they're going home, and they don't have a chance for the title anymore.
Well, the game is going down right behind us tonight. 7:30, this one kicks off. Tomorrow night, semi-final number two is the Giants versus the Nuggets, and then what we're all playing for all the marbles for the championship. It's going to be here right on Sky, Saturday, 7 p.m. That one kicks off. Now, last night, huge game. Tuatara's got the win against a man right here in Xavier Cooks, who the superlatives will run out of. He was absolutely amazing. But the Tuatara got it done.
They did. Xavier Cooks led from the front, but Taki Farrington and the Tuatara early in the first half were great. Rob Lowe through that first half, 17 points, really led the way. But it was the way the Tuatara came back at the Saints with their running game. They weren't settling for the half court. In the late push by Xavier Cooks and the Saints, but eventually it was just too much of Chris Johnson, Taki Farrington, and the Lizards here at Eventfinda Stadium to get it done. They're going to the next round, and the Wellington Saints will not get title number 13 this year.
And the one thing that we can guarantee you for the NZNBL in 2022 is we are going to have a brand new champion. That is exciting. All right, just going over some of these things last night. What do you take away from the stats that you can see right there?
Well, you can't really see it, but it was the way the Tuatara defended the three-point line in the first half. That gave them a great lead towards that victory. The Saints, the #1 three-point shooting team in the league, they just only had 2 makes at halftime, and that was too much. They did a great job of forcing live ball turnovers, but one thing that might be a little bit different today is those bench points. They were a bit low.
Yeah, well, they're welcoming back Dante Russo-Nance, youth player of the league this year, and he's actually going to come off the bench, so the bench points should pick up in him alone. And the exciting thing for me about this Tuatara team is Chris Johnson, with all due respect, didn't have his best game in the world last night.
He didn't. He was in foul trouble in the first half. He had to sit down early. The Tuatara were able to hold on behind Farrington and Lowe, but late he played well, but he didn't hit his peak. If he hits his peak, this man is everyone's match in the NBL. He is an MVP caliber player, and I expect him to show it this evening.
Well, we call it scary hours. We take a quick look at the starting five for the Airs tonight, and the changing point and the big thing about this one, Ty Wynyard back in the starting lineup.
Yeah, Carlin Davidson to the bench. Marcel Jones is now in his place with Wynyard returning. Davidson a little bit unill. He hasn't been feeling great today. There's been an illness bug that has gone through. He is available, but this is the lineup they feel confident with. There's a lot of veteran presence in there. There's Davidson. He's still got that athleticism. We might see the dunk right here, but he's not going to be in the starting lineup.
Yeah, you can see he can absolutely fly, and one man who will want to see him go off tonight is Coach Trent Adams. Casey caught up with him moments ago.
Well, Coach, interesting game last night that you were probably back in the hotel watching between the Tuatara and the Saints, and now you've got the Tuatara. After watching that one, what is it you have to do against them to play your best and get the victory tonight?
I thought they did an outstanding job with being aggressive with what they were doing defensively, quite a change from what they'd done the week before. Taki had an outstanding game last night, even though he didn't shoot the three at a high clip. He actually was very, very productive for them. So he becomes a guy that we've really got to sort of key in on tonight. And obviously we know very much what Rob and Chris can do. So obviously they're going to take up some time as well.
And looking into your own camp, what is the #1 thing that you need to be successful at to play at your best and come away with the victory?
It comes down to getting stops and cleaning up the boards. Like they're a very long team. Once again, Taki does a great job crashing, and Rob and Chris take care of offensive rebounds. So defending and rebounding will be key. So then we can get out and transition. Obviously, with them playing last night, we're going to sort of see if we can, get the game going at a pretty good tempo and see what that looks like in the fourth quarter.
Well, sounds like a plan. Thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck.
Well, all the talk is always about the Twin Towers, Rob Lowe and Chris Johnson, but for me, Taki Farrington was amazing last night.
He was huge. He was so aggressive in the first half, and they don't win that game if he doesn't score 5 straight. He hit a triple when he was 1 for 12. He hit that 13th, and that's what gave them that victory late. We see the starting lineup. We mentioned Dante Russo-Nancy's back from Basketball Without Borders, but he will not be starting tonight.
Yeah, great to have him off the bench. Coach Aaron Young, you caught up with him moments ago.
Well, Coach, a huge win last night. One I'm sure that took a little bit out of the tank. Coming into tonight with back-to-back games against talented, fast break-oriented teams, what's your #1 concern about yourselves to get this win tonight?
I think for us, the big focus is we just can't have any live ball turnovers against this group. The other thing on top of that is we just can't take bad shots. Bad shots, live ball turnovers lead to them in transition. That's where they want to live. I think if we handle that area of the game, we put ourselves in a good spot to compete.
And a great game plan last night against the Saints. A similar team in the transition game to the Airs this evening, but a different animal entirely. What do you have to take away from them tonight to put yourselves in position for the win?
Yeah, we got to do an assertive effort on Hilliard. He's a big part of their scoring. They're a deep roster team. Their imports are impactful. They can, they a lot of energy. They're going to come in off a week's break, and we played last night. But I think us in game rhythm, we played the Saints twice in the last 4 days. We're in supreme confidence at this point in the season. We like the kind of the situation that we're in, and we want to kind of take on that confidence and bring it in tonight.
Can't wait to see it. Thanks for the time, Coach.
Well, there's not much to take away from this as we look from the head-to-head. It's pretty close across the board. Decimal points
difference between these teams. The biggest difference is the Airs love to run and the Tuatara are better at executing in the half court. Whichever team imposes that style in the game, I think will lead its way to victory.
Well, that's the head-to-head. There's going to be some individual blockbuster matchups in this one tonight, and the first one for me is Chris Johnson, 71-game NBA veteran, versus Douglas, who, man, just going a nickel under 20 points a game, 11 rebounds has been huge.
As good as he is offensively, it's his defensive presence that's most important for the Tuatara. Him defending the rim is going to make it difficult for Javante Douglas and the Taranaki Airs to score, but Javante Douglas, he is such a Swiss Army knife as a player. His stats don't belie his value to the team. He does so much to make his teammates better, and he can defend multi-positional, he can score at all 3 levels. He is just a handful to guard.
And without a doubt, in the backcourt, Silas Schneider, who was huge last night, controlled the game, and on the other side, Anthony Hilliard, averaging 26 points, leading scorer of the league.
Yeah, and Schneider even better in his last 6. He's been averaging over 21 points, over 6 assists and 6 rebounds, at a real efficiency rate, which is important because he doesn't always have the ball in hand with Johnson and Lowe on the squad. But this other guy, Anthony Hilliard, leading scorer in the league, and he is soaking wet because that bucket is wet. This guy is such a scorer. He crosses half court, he's in range. They have to take things away from him. They're going to have to see multiple bodies. If they can do that, it's going to be difficult for the Airs to score in the half court.
Well, he is a part of this excitement machine. Casey, I know you got to run back, but real quickly, who you got on this one?
I got to go with the Airs. As good as the Tuatara played last night, I think you got to go with the top seed.
Okay, I'll let you run over there. I cannot wait for this one. It is about to tip off. Hugh Bainan, I'll send this one over to you.
Thank you, Brooke. Kia ora, good evening, everyone. Yes, what a game we have ahead of us, semi-final one. And then holding the whistle in this one, the officiating crew, Tim Brown, Ryan Jones, and Duran Fiu. Semi-final one. Who will book this spot in the big dance on Saturday night? The Taranaki Airs or the Auckland Tuatara? It's going to be Chris Johnson and Ty Wynyard who contest the tip.
And what a bonus for the Airs to bring Ty Wynyard back. Didn't talk a lot about him in pregame, but his defensive presence is going to be of the utmost importance, and him controlling the glass against Johnson and Lowe is going to be meaningful to the Airs.
And the tip just a little skewer. So I think we'll redo that one.
It's always good to try and sneak it off.
It's Chris Johnson who controls the tip. And the Auckland Tuatara who control the first possession of this semi-final one in the NZNBL.
Important for them to come out with the same aggression they did an evening ago.
There's Rob Lowe trying to get the scoring started from 3. Wynyard with the board.
Oh, look
This
at
is the pace of the Taranaki as Willett throws it down with one hand. An emphatic start to the scoring in this one.
Unbelievable start for the Airs, exactly the way they would have scripted it. The Tuatara have to get back in transition.
Berenson pulling up from mid-range, and there's the first points for the Auckland Tuatara.
Confidence is flowing for Taki Ferenczen. I love to see guys coming off their first Tall Black campaigns and just realize how much talent they have underneath that skin. And Taki Ferenczen, he's got a whole lot of it.
You mentioned it in the build-up, Casey. The best way to slow this Air side down is to score. Otherwise, you run into a buzzsaw.
100%. If the Airs are taking the ball out of the basket, that is the best way to slow them down. You can hit the offensive glass as well, but when you miss shots, this is what you're going to be looking at. Sean Willett, a thing of beauty. I mean, they've got so many weapons. I think Sean Willett's a guy who maybe hasn't gotten the publicity he deserves, as we see the foul on Schneider just getting tied up with Andy Hilliard, and we have to watch that. Schneider cannot afford too many early fouls. That is his assignment on Hilliard is paramount to the Auckland Tuatara hopes.
And this is his first as Hilliard, as Trent Adam gets into the ear of the referee nice and early in this one. Averaging 26.6 points. Here's Hilliard, 5.6 rebounds, 36 plus minutes per game as well.
And what's really impressive is his shooting. I mean, he shoots at over 40% from deep, but his effective field goal percentage is 60% from the floor, meaning
Schneider driving, swatted away by the big paw of Ty Wynyard. And here come the Airs the other way. Hilliard, transition 3, rattles it in.
Taranaki Airs off to a great start. Transition excellence right now. The Tuatara have to find these ball handlers early and force Anthony Hilliard off the line.
Chris Johnson, he pulls up from long 2 range. That's off to the right.
And it's just a bit tough for the Tuatara to find any penetration against this defense early. The Airs are very fired up.
Willett stepping into the lane and finishing.
Sean Willett just showing the strength as he goes to the hole. He is just such a powerful player. Mismatches almost always when he's dribbling.
Johnson surrounded by Airs, and Taranaki come away with it. Here's Hilliard. Braden Yulee doing his best to stay in front of him. Tough shot, Anthony Hilliard, high bounce, and Ferenczen does the rest.
I just love the aggressiveness of Taranaki early. They are going to push this pace, really force the Tuatara to run with them.
Johnson contested 3. Down it goes. Chris Johnson gets his night underway.
And that is what makes him so difficult to guard. His ability to score on all 3 levels, from deep, from the mid-range, and in the post. Wynyard has to get a hand out. He's going to have to defend him a little bit more closely than that.
Well, here's Javonte Douglas wide open. Great work from Marcel Jones.
And just no communication on that screen. Rob Lowe expecting a switch. Doesn't happen.
Schneider goes around the low screen. Russo Nance off the bench tonight, of course, just back from a Basketball Without Borders camp in Australia, the young man.
And I think it's good to bring Dante Russo Nance off the bench, mostly because it gives him a little pop offensively coming off that bench. He had just 9 bench points yesterday, but his ability as a scorer and a facilitator will really help them with that second unit.
Schneider goes around Johnson's screen, scurries into the lane, pulls up from the elbow, and that goes down for Silas Schneider.
Well, he's just become so efficient and so meticulous with when he's choosing to make his shots. He's always waiting for space. He's not really forcing anything, and his ability to play off the bigs is really helpful to the Tuatara offense.
Here's Willett, thought about the 3. That puts the ball on the floor. Jones doesn't think twice about the 3, and he rattles it in.
Marcel Jones shooting sub 30% from 3, but he's been on a tear of late. He just needed a little bit of playing time. He's been playing more. He's getting more comfortable.
Yulee tracked by Ty Wynyard, who did enough to force the miss. Douglas the hesitation, to the hoop he goes, cops the foul, gets the bucket, and to the foul line he shall strut.
What an incredible change of pace that was. He saw Chris Johnson in front of him, gave him the hesi. Look at this hesitation, and then the explosion out. Gets the foul and the soft touch going to the other side of the rim. You do not see English like that in a billiards table. Javonte Douglas early showing his class.
Para Cameron has a chat with Marcel Jones as Dante Russo-Nance checks into the game for the first time in the final 6 for the Auckland Tuatara. 17-year-old starlet out of St. Kentigern College.
Had 60 points in a game a couple weeks ago, averaging over 40 at the high school level, but he's just as impressive, if not more, here with the men.
Low, a deep 3-ball from Rob Lowe.
And that shooting from deep is going to be a great equalizer for the Tuatara team. If the bigs can shoot, they can draw those defenders out and open up driving lanes.
Jones looking to use his strength over young Tucky Ferrenson. Ferrenson does well. Johnson does well to bring down the board under duress from Ty Wynyard.
I like the activity of Wynyard early. He's probably going to hit the bench soon.
Well, Tucky Ferrenson just walks into a heavily contested 3-ball by Javonte Douglas.
Don't mind the aggressiveness, but they got to get the counter punch coming back.
Taranaki has ball from the baseline.
The quick shot, I don't mind the aggressiveness, but the quick shots without bodies on the glass are going to make it difficult in that transition coming the way back. There is no team better at the fast break in the Sal's NBL than this Taranaki Air squad.
Here's Douglas, low, hand in cookie jar. Foul called.
And one that he wants to be a pest for Javonte Douglas. He doesn't want him to have easy opportunities with the ball in hand, but that's a cheap foul, and now he's got to be a bit more careful. When he went down with foul trouble, when he fouled out in the second half against the Saints, that's when things really changed for the Tuatara and became difficult to score.
Jones, toe on the line, 2 if it goes, doesn't. Low with the board. Carlin Davison into the game for the first time tonight. Hasn't been feeling great. Carlin, suffering from a bit of illness. Is low, finishes through some contact.
A really nice facilitation there by Schneider. Rob Lowe, great position and good patience on the post-up against Jones.
A famous win last night for the Tuatara as Douglas's mid-range is too long, and kudos, Casey, to the Tuatara coaching staff led by Aaron Young. A 23-point swing in the case of 4 days against the Wellington Saints, having lost by 18 on Saturday night.
Yeah, as you see Tucky Ferrenson in the post, try and get the foul and not get it. It was a tremendous scout. They really did a great job of making things difficult for Cooks.
Well, the pass from Hilliard was great, but Jones just took his eye off the ball and left it behind as he went up. And here come the Tuatara the other way. Johnson spinning, finishing, two-handed slam. Chris Johnson, he lets Javonte Douglas know about it too.
Hanging on the rim and looking at the guy you just dunked in the vicinity of. That is a good choice by Douglas not to pick up a foul there. The Tuatara in transition, and here comes another.
Slightly sloppy pass from Richie Roger that Dante Russo-Nance picked off, found Tucky Ferrenson, and he finished it off with an exclamation mark.
And Dante Russo-Nance, instant impact off the bench, and now we see it. We've got a ball game. The response from the Tuatara has been excellent.
They take the lead for the first time tonight, and there's another turnover. This time it's Ferrenson
If Coach
who
Trent
picks
Adams,
up the steal. Sorry, Casey.
I might be calling a timeout here. Those are 3 straight turnovers. They have to be better with the ball in hand.
Schneider. Ferrenson. Down they go to tall black veteran Rob Lowe. It's his turn to turn it over. A good hand from Marcel Jones. Davison the other way. Johnson does well. And that'll be Taranaki ball.
No, that's a really clever move from Carlin Davison there to avoid the shot blocking ability of Chris Johnson. As we see the beautiful spin move and the power dunk and just let him know about it. Then we see a great pass from Dante Russo-Nance and Tucky Ferrenson above the rim. Such an athletic player and dangerous in transition as well.
16-15, the Tuatara lead the Airs just past the midway point of the first quarter here, semi-final 1.
We're chasing over, make them contest out of that, okay? That's what I want there. Our ball baseline, let's go line right now. Good job in transition, finding Ant in transition. We've pushed a couple of passes. Your high-low to JJ, that's the right, yeah, but that's the right read. Do you know what I mean? We've got that coverage, got the 2 quick passes. Yep, you just fake a pass, make a pass, that's cool. That's what we want out of that, okay? Make sure clapbacks, the tempo's good. We've got to slow them down a little bit with these clapbacks. You cool with that? He should be on.
So a pretty handy scoring click from both sides to start this game, Casey. 50%, 7 of 14 from the floor for the Tuatara, 6 of 11 for 54% from the floor for the Airs.
How about the balance from the Airs? 3 players with 4 points, Marcel Jones with 3. They have really spread out that scoring. And the Tuatara, I like the way they took a punch early. Started to see a bit of a lead build up, but worked their way right back into it with great D.
So the airs get us back underway. Here's Richie Roger, fresh off Commonwealth Games duty, finding Anthony Hilliard. He drains the three.
Great screen there by Ty Wynyard, giving him plenty of space. And Anthony Hilliard, there's nobody in the no-fly zone. That shot is going down.
Berenson fires it back to Schneider. Here's Russo Nance. Pulls up from the Rosine foul line, and his scoring night is underway.
Man, just such a professional move. The little shoulder shimmy to clear Javante Douglas and give himself plenty of space for the mid-ranger.
A lot of noise about Dante Russo Nance at the recent Basketball Without Borders camp in Canberra. Carlin Davison finishes it through plenty of contact.
Strong move. Another young player, just 18 himself, showing his wares.
Johnson looked to spin, but Ty Wynyard, the brick wall was there.
It's a little bit different going up against a real center in Ty Wynyard. For all the Wilmington Saints strengths, you know, Reggie Upshaw Jr. is essentially a 4. He doesn't have the size, the girth, the strength of Ty Wynyard. He is a force in that paint, and it is going to be difficult to move him. Great defense early. He's been a presence on the glass as well.
Taranaki by 2. Just over 3 minutes to go in the first quarter here. The winner of this will face either the Nelson Giants or the Otago Nuggets on Saturday, as Willett leaves his floater short and the Tuatara come the other way. Russo Nance, as Chris Johnson alerts the referee to some potential foul play.
Yeah, and that's not a foul Javante Douglas wants to use up there, just his first of the game, but you'll want to try and avoid that screen without running into it. He sees the humorous side of it, though, as he does the grab. And what he's doing there, he's grabbing that hip to try and slow down the roll of Chris Johnson. Makes it difficult for him to release from the screen and makes him less of a scoring threat coming out of it. Good when you don't get caught.
And is, of course, illegal. Here's Johnson. Drive. Oh, Ty Wynyard tracked him the whole way, but in the end committed a foul, and to the line goes Chris Johnson.
A big, strong move there by Chris Johnson. The strength of Wynyard in it. There we see some body contact. Up high, it looks pretty good. Ty Wynyard doesn't like the call, but when you're aggressive on the rim like that and a player the caliber of CJ, you deserve a call or two. And there's probably plenty of contact there.
And while Chris Johnson's at the line, we can hear from Brooke Rusco.
Yes, the atmosphere is starting to build around here. I'm just currently sitting close to a whole bunch of Airs fans, and to me it kind of feels like they're excited to be here. It's the first time that they've been here in a long time, but something potentially is coming here with this team, and it looks like they like what they see to start this first quarter.
Well, you said it, Brooke, first time in a long time. How about 30 years since the Airs made the playoffs?
30 years. 30 years ago, I could still jump.
30 years ago, it was 3 as Devontae Douglas rattles in a 3-ball of his own.
Huge triple there. Such a 3-level scorer. I love his game. It was so difficult for me personally to pick between him and Xavier Cooks for the MVP.
Schneider, tough shot from the baseline. Doesn't go. Farrison does brilliantly to corral the offensive board. Hit Barrow into the game for the first time for the Tuatara. No night shift for him tonight, as that was high for Johnson to go and get. And he comes down hard, does a couple of push-ups and gets up. So I think Chris Johnson's okay.
Built strong, baby, built strong. Ty Wynyard picks up the second personal there, and that's going to be unfortunate for them. Not a bad challenge, but it would have been a difficult finish just because the pass was a little bit off. It was going to be tough to get it around the backboard there. Ty Wynyard doesn't know that when he's going up the challenge, and because of it, Chris Johnson back to the free throw line, and I have a feeling he'd be pretty happy to see Ty Wynyard going over to the sideline. It's a little bit of a different matchup with Marcel Jones down there in the post.
Ty Wynyard thinks about what he's done on the bench with 2 fouls.
Off to the naughty corner.
And Johnson makes them both.
Well, Chris Johnson already playing much better in this first half than he did yesterday. 8 points for him to go with 2 boards, but his effect on the game will always be palpable.
Willett drops it off to Jones. No look pass, Douglas in the corner. Too strong on the 3, and Farrison comes down with the board.
Missed the shot, but quality offense, really doing a good job of drawing defenders in.
Branson looked to hand it off to Johnson, and out of bounds it goes. As Rob Lowe checks back into the game, giving CJ a break.
Just a little bit low with that one.
And Rob Lowe fouled out last night, Casey, but boy, he had a game up until that point.
Just tremendous in the first half. Slowed down slightly in the second half, but still really influential on the defensive end. But that first half was phenomenal and really put the Tuatara in position to get the win.
Hilliard curling, driving, looking for the friendly bounce that doesn't come, but Jones gets the board. Hilliard gets it again, so 3 bites of the cherry for the ears.
And the first activity was Carlin Davidson up on the rim. I'm really liking his aggression. He's doing the little things away from the basketball. Great development in his game to see.
Lowe wants it down low. Russo Nance delayed the pass, but Lowe had gone the other way. So a turnover from the Tuatara.
Yeah, actually, Dante Russo Nance tried to put a bit more English on that actually came off. Needs to talk to Javante Douglas about how he gets a little bit of spin on there on that layup earlier.
Scott Telfer into the game for the Ears in his hometown. Former Westlake Boys High School student. Want to play a lot of basketball in this gym.
Tremendous defender for the Airs this season coming off the bench.
Aggressive drive from Douglas. Barrow does what Barrow does best and holds his ground.
Strong man, Don Barrow is. He feels like he's rooted to the ground at times when you run into him.
There he is. Firing it back to Schneider. Low, looking to set the screen. Schneider driving, finishing. Siler Schneider.
Man, through traffic. Makes a very difficult shot, and he's going to have to carry a bit more of a scoring load with Chris Johnson on the bench.
30 seconds to go in the first quarter. No fouls, yells head coach Aaron Young. Willett on the baseline. Athletic finish from Sean Willett.
That's going to be a delay of game warning on the Taranaki Airs. So the next time they hit the basketball, that will be a technical because they hit it coming out to try and slow down that break. But I love the execution offensively. The extra passes, attacking the zone on the interior, not just settling for jump shots from the perimeter.
So the Tuatara will hold for the last shot of this first quarter. Russo Nance driving, tough shot over Willett. Missing. Well, Barrow might have a chance as time expires. Nick Barrow, as the lights go off and the buzzer sounds. To give the Tuatara fans something to cheer about. They trail by just 2 at quarter time. 27-25, the Airs lead. Second quarter coming up after the break here on Sky Sport. Welcome back. Yes, semi-final one of the Sales NBL Final 6, proudly presented by GJ Gardner Homes. The Airs lead the Tuatara 27-25 after 1 quarter of action. And as the second quarter gets underway, we can talk to head coach of the Taranaki Airs, Trent Adam. And close ball game, Trent. Wouldn't want it any other way come finals time. What can be improved from the Airs' point of view?
We were a little bit disappointed with our box outs there. They were obviously a very good offensive rebounding team, and we weren't as accurate as we needed to be on that. Our movement on offense we're pretty happy with, but we've just got to tidy up a couple of things defensively.
No, I really like the way you guys are penetrating, drawing defenders in, and then looking for the three. Is that the plan going in, to draw them for the perimeter shot, or did you want to look for the drive first?
Yeah, we want to get into the paint and collapse the defense. Obviously, shooting the ball is a lot easier when everybody's spread out. So, yeah, getting inside is important. Boxing out, which we've just failed to do there, is less important.
Right on cue. Thanks very much for your time, Trent, as always.
Thank you so much.
And Brett Rusco, let's hear from you, shall we?
Intense. Coach Aaron Young had a point to prove in there, and demands something of the troops at this point of the year. And one thing that I just heard Coach Trent Adams talking about was they were disappointed in their boxing out. That was a big thing that Coach Aaron Young was saying, that, you know what, let's stay on the boards. Taki Farrington, Chris Johnson, Rob Lowe, love what you're doing. Let's stay there as well.
And there's another offensive rebound, this time from Chris Johnson. Schneider hesitates, fires it out to Russo Nance. Three in front of his own bench, doesn't go. And there's a good box out from Sean Willett, who keeps Rob Lowe away from that board.
6 offensive rebounds already, an unfortunate turnover there. That's going to be number 5 for Taranaki, but they are going to have to work hard to keep the big lumber of this Tuatara team off the glass. They're giving up a lot of size with Ty Wynyard on the bench.
Going in for Scotty to put Sean on Taki.
Here is Rob Lowe.
And then you can view it.
Hands it off to Schneider, and then clears some space for him. And there's Lowe looking for the tip in. 2 or 3, goes at it. Fires it back to Johnson, 3 ball. Doesn't go. So another second chance opportunity for the Tuatara.
Real fortunate possession for the Airs in terms of this 3-point attempt.
And he drains his one.
Man, that just so quick, the counterattack. So many attacks chances for the Tuatara on one end, and to just get bitten right away on the other. That B can sting quickly.
Well, it can be demoralizing, can't it? When you have to work so hard for a bucket, only for your opponents.
That is the word, you. That is 100% what it feels like. You're working so hard, you get 5-6 tries at it, you don't get the bucket to go, and they come down and just make it look that easy.
Up it goes to Johnson.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, he climbed all over Javonte Douglas, just couldn't get the dunk to go.
A little bit of contact there, probably unlucky not to get the foul, but man, is he athletic.
Telfer from the corner. That one doesn't go. Johnson comes down with the board.
Yeah, they were 4 for 5 from 3 early. That is just their second miss of the game. 5 for 7, 71% already so far.
Harrison, he's looked increasingly aggressive as the season has gone on. He looks to drop it off to Lowe. Just comes off the foot of Rob Lowe, out of bounds.
Yeah, there was the right thought, but the poor execution of it, as we see a beautiful crash by Chris Johnson. And Javonte Douglas pretty lucky not to get the foul. He was out of position. There was contact as CJ went up, but not enough in the official Ryan Jones' eyes to blow the whistle.
Timeout from the Auckland Tuatara. They had plenty of chances in the start of the second quarter, just haven't finished them off. And they trail by 5, 30 points to 25.
Hey, I like the emphasis. Just got to play off 2 feet a little bit more right now. Making a couple of turnovers. The intention is there. We just got to be solid. Offensively, when we get into our offense with our rub, let's really get some movement. It's like we're getting it second, not really third side, but it's kind of like let's those first 2 sides, let's really move it, get them moving. And then on that 3rd or 4th side, we can be critique in terms of how we attack it. Defensively, matchups-wise, you got Hilliard now, all right? You pick him up. Like the activity with our hands. Good scout on that one, coming over on that back screen. Got to come up with those loose balls and push. Keep running the lane. Keep running the lane.
Well, some keen observers of this game are the Nelson Giants, who just arrived. They play tomorrow night against the Otago Nuggets. And should they win that, they'll play the winner of this one in the grand final. But that Nuggets side looked pretty good last night.
Yeah, playing great basketball and just really impressive defensively. I mean, suffocating at times. The performance of Todd Withers yesterday was phenomenal. Offensively led by Trey Boyd. That battle between West and Boyd, I am looking forward to that.
Javonte Douglas driving, takes the contact and finishes. Brayden Newley back into the game, hands it over to Rob Lowe. Johnson inside, good seal from Lowe, but Marcel Jones, I should say, recovered well.
Marcel Jones has been such a find late in the season. Wasn't getting a lot of playing time early, but the veteran has played his way onto the court and has become invaluable to the Airs on both sides.
Ty Windy getting ready to check back in as Douglas turns the corner. Chris Johnson two-handed block and just takes that ball out of Javonte Douglas's hands.
Thank you very much. I'll take that. Let's go the other way. His defensive presence in the rim just so important for the Tuatara.
He wanted it at the offensive end, but instead to go the other way. And here's Russo Nance probing down low, looking for a call that doesn't come. And Douglas gets his hands on the rebound.
Tuatara doing a good job in transition, but being tested again.
Here's Jones, great find from Sean Willett.
That's the problem with this fast break of the Airs. You can do it right 4 or 5 times in a row, but the 6th, 7th, and 8th, it's still going to be coming at you.
Ferentsen, 3 ball, tickles the twine, Taki Ferentsen.
He is playing with such great confidence. Love his mindset right now. 7 points, 7 rebounds here in the first half for Taki Ferentsen.
Here's Heliadi, leads all scorers with 12. Johnson, Roger in the corner. His 3 ball goes down, so the Airs reply with one of their own.
Richie Rogers been really invaluable. Not the biggest stats for the Airs this year, but he has hit huge shots, and that was a great response there.
It was a late call up to the Commonwealth Games team after a positive COVID test for Nico McCulloch, as Rob Lowe will go to the line to convert a 3-point play.
Rob Lowe probably being a little ambitious asking for a technical foul, but I love the high-low partnership between Chris Johnson. Look at that seal down low. Chris Johnson makes it look like a shot, but he sees Rob Lowe down, gets it in. Oh, and that's what he was wanting. He wanted a tee for the ball slam by Sean Willett. I'm glad that a tee wasn't forthcoming. There was no real anger at the call, but Rob Lowe, he is determined to get a couple of whistles coming his way.
Well, the referees are discussing it, I think. No technical foul forthcoming, so just a common foul from Marcel Jones for the contact from behind, and Rob Lowe will head to the Resine foul line. Looking to convert a 3-point play.
Well, not a lot of trips to the Resine so far as we get a timeout to the Airs to discuss things. This will just be free throw number 8 in the ball game. The Airs just 1 for 3. Tuatara 3 for 4 so far. And a nice, solid lead built up for Taranaki. But they're being a little bit more careless with the ball than they'd like to be. Coach Trent Adams would like to see that cleaned up.
Okay, cool. So our solution is on this big guy. Can we be a little bit more like handsy to try and force this out a little bit to buy ourselves some space? We're chasing over. This nail person has to help out Ant or Richie or Sean coming out of this corner, correct? Yeah.
We gotta have the help side. Why are we hugging over here?
Yeah.
We gotta have help.
So
the side is high when the ball goes middle, and you got a guard on the 6'11" dude. So that's why they're eight out there.
Bro, every time. No. So what happened then is you forced the switch. There was no one in this corner to bump you out.
No, he said help me.
Okay. Yeah.
When low going off the screens, high hands coming back. They're throwing it behind our heads every time.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah. High hands
come back.
Good shit though, Sal.
37-30, the Airs lead the Tuatara. 5 minutes 41 to go in this first half. Semi-final 1. And we can head over to Britt Rusco. He's got a special guest with him.
I do have a special guest with me here tonight, and you know, you've been a marquee player of the league all year long, All-Star 5 Defensive Player of the Year, Jared West. How have you found this league? Because you've torn it up.
It's been a great year, man. I'm super thankful and grateful for my teammates and my coaches, the city of Nelson for bringing me in and accepting me. But it's been good, man. It's been really fun. We've had a good season up until this point. And, you know, we're just going to try to finish it off this week.
obviously, semi-final number 1 is going down right now. You guys are semi-final number 2, and the matchup that everyone is waiting to see, and you're going to be the part of it. You versus Trey Boyd. That it's worth the price of admission alone. How are you feeling about matching up with him?
Hey, man, I'm excited for the challenge. You know, he's a good player. And obviously, the Nuggets played really well yesterday. So it's going to be a good game, a good matchup. And I'm looking forward to the challenge, man.
Good luck. We'll be here tomorrow. And good luck to you and the team.
Hold those cards close, Jared West. Don't say what you really mean. I like it, but we saw a beautiful play by Anthony Hilliard falling down and still delivering to Javonte Douglas. What a partnership those two have. They've combined for 23 points on 9 for 15 shooting here in the first half, carrying that load offensively, the only 2 double-digit scorers in the game.
Here's Douglas, handing it off to Jones. Wynyard battling with Johnson for position down low. Good hands from Rob Lowe. And that kid's his way to defend with your arms up even if you're not looking, but watch out for Javonte Douglas. Rob Lowe there to clean up the mess. He's athletic.
Tremendous defensive player. Excellent timing there. Baited him into that shot, but Rob Lowe does the work afterwards as Brendan Yulee gets the foul on the handoff. Look at this timing. Just beautiful block by Javonte Douglas, but Rob Lowe doesn't give up on the play. Right place, right time, getting it done.
It was just an amazing moment happened. After that foul was called, Tim Brown turned to the Taranaki bench and looked at Perry Cameron and said, hey, I made the call, I saw it, don't worry. Perro points to the team assistant coach and says, hey, he said it, not me. It was definitely Perro who said it.
Perro's got a pretty distinctive voice.
Yeah.
Don't really confuse him for a lot of people.
Side Wynyard with the offensive board. He's fouled by either side of Schneider or Chris Johnson. It's on Chris Johnson for grabbing Wynyard's shoulder on the rebound.
I didn't see that from our angle, but maybe we'll get a better look at it if there's a replay, but that's the second personal on Chris Johnson. Great job by Ty Wynyard. Look at the box out. He's working so hard. Oh, there it is. It's that early hand on the shoulder. It wasn't late. It wasn't when he lost the ball. It was what he did early, and that's what he got pinged for. Good call there by Tim Brown.
Jones with good position. Baby hook doesn't go. Johnson says, that's mine, over 2 of his teammates.
Well, Marcel Jones had to go quickly. He had Dante Russo-Nance on him, but Lowe and Johnson were lurking.
Here is Johnson finishing high off the glass.
I just don't know how you guard that. He is, he's a 7-footer, and when he extends, that ball is 2 feet over the rim before he releases it. Just such a difficult shot to stop.
Douglas fires it over. Hilliard, step back, dancing feet. 3 doesn't drop as Wynyard and Johnson get tied up, and it's another foul on Chris Johnson. Second in quick succession, and to the bench he'll go as Nick Barrow comes into the game.
Ty Wynyard, just his work rate is great right now. He's not scoring the ball well, but look at him boxing out in here. Gets tied up with Ty Wynyard. And, I mean, not a lot in it for Chris Johnson. That's two guys tussling. Unfortunately for Chris Johnson, 10 points for him, 6 rebounds, and now 3 fouls. In foul trouble again.
And there's Wynyard capitalizing on Johnson's absence. And he'll go to the line to convert a 3-point play.
Phenomenal stretch by Ty Wynyard. He's drawn 3 fouls, he's got a bucket, he's got 2 offensive rebounds in the last couple of possessions. This is just a great stretch in finals basketball. Look at the slip here. He sets that screen, slips the other way on the switch, and Nick Barrow just barely touching that off arm, but with enough contact to get the whistle. And Ty Wynyard heads to the regime to try and complete the 3-point play.
It's good to see Rob Lowe there, Casey, with his leadership hat on, just pulling his teammates in and saying, keep your heads in this game, fellas. Here's Yulee. Finished almost by the young man, slapped away.
You can tell Rob Lowe's a father now because he's really good at the do as I say, not as I do.
81-time Tall Black, Rob Lowe. Remember the Sky Sport Breakers. Another product of Westlake Boys High. Here's Yulee. Douglas all up in his grill. Inside they go to Barrow. Sean Willett picks it out the air. I should say Hilliard, who finds Willett. Can't get the finish though. And that remain is ball.
Oh, great crash by Javonte Douglas. Sean Willett affected by the defense on the fast break. Javonte Douglas does not give up on the play. Doesn't get the rebound, but secures it with his activity. Rob Lowe can't quite get the steal afterwards. Works on his handle because of it.
Here's Carla Davison in among the tall timber. It's the tallest of them who brings the ball down, Rob Lowe. Here's Yuli, pulls up from the baseline. Too strong, good hand from Hilliard. Douglas drops it off, Ty Wynyard, look out! Two-handed slam from Ty Wynyard.
Ty Wynyard has been tremendous in this first half, perfect from the field. 2 fouls, he's playing in foul trouble, but he's had such an effect on the game, showing the strength and athleticism there.
Just a slither of daylight now between these two teams. 44-35, under 3 minutes to go in the first half. Russo Nance looking to find some space. Yuli is fouled by Carlin Davison.
It's so loud in here, barely hear the whistle. Nice fake by Brandon Yuli there, and here we see a beautiful on ball. Nick Barrow has to go with Douglas because of the strength of the screen by Wynyard, and that's what gets him open, and then we see the foul. Carlin Davidson could not avoid it. Picks up just his first personal as the Airs trying to extend this 9-point lead.
Here's Russo Nance. Tough shot from around the free throw line. Jones elevates
Great
for
challenge.
the defensive board. Here comes Javonte Douglas. Hilliard into the lane, right at Lowe. Or Lowe with some great defense. Who's going to come down with that ball? Willett scampers over to get it. And it will be Tuatara ball.
The hustle is just contagious for the Airs. The Tuatara holding on well, though.
Barrow gets Davison in the air, but not Jones. There's a foul call.
Going to be on one of them, not sure who it is. It is on Carlin Davison as he picks up foul number 2, going for the up fake. And good minutes from Nick Barrow as well. Gets the catch here, putting it on the floor. Not his forte, but the up fake is. And the strength afterwards, Marcel Jones's block was reasonably clean. But the Constable will head to the Resine for 2 attempts from the free throw stripe. A big concern for Nick Barrow yesterday, as he was late for the shift because of when the game ended, was did he get a shower before he had to go in? Because I was concerned for his partner if he didn't.
Thanks.
Haven't asked him yet.
Today.
I
I said, how was wet last night? He goes, oh, it's actually pretty boring. Which I guess is a good thing for the people of Auckland.
Always a good thing for the people of Auckland and any officers on the beat. A little zone defense now. I like the change up here. They just have to be concerned about the perimeter prowess of the Airs.
Here's Willett driving straight at Barrow. Low with the block. It's snapped out of bounds. Here's ball.
Great defense by Nick Barrow there. And not a lot of players can take a full-speed Sean Willett to the chest and barely move. Nick Barrow's on that short list. Good, strong attack, but the Airs relentless on the offensive glass right now. They've got 11 offensive rebounds on 22 misses. They're getting half their misses back so far.
Telfer has to get it in. Lurking under the hoop was Hilliard. He dropped it off to Jones beautifully.
With the short shot clock too, just 3 seconds left. Anthony Hilliard is playing beautiful basketball, scoring and passing here in the first half.
Low, look up at the hoop. Jones goes to swipe the ball away. Barrow can't get it to go. Telfer brings it down. Terry Young wants a timeout.
Jinx, you owe me a Coke.
Here's Willett finishing. And there is the timeout, and the ears are pumped up. Sean Willett, magic coming out of that right hand.
Well, a brilliant start, and the Airs are as advertised. Dangerous in transition. He's just so strong, Sean Willett, and his ability to finish at different angles around the rim is what makes him so difficult to guard after the drive. And look at that hand. What's that hand doing? Look at it. I mean, it looks like it does a lot of curls in the weight room, but today it's shooting basketballs.
Well, that hand has seen some dumbbells.
With this lineup, we can run a lot of swing. Tucky, you're at the 4. Okay, you're at the 4. Defensively, we can switch some things in this lineup. I still want us to be impactful with Hilliard. Okay, get the ball out of his hands. Those rotations with, you got 2 there, Tay. Stun at it, play the passing lane to the corner to give up that, to take away that corner 3. Let's get some energy. We just look a little bit flat. We're not really making an impact on things. All right? We can't have any sloppy turnovers like we've had a couple times. Do our work early and let the offense work. Stay aggressive, get on the rim, and finish plays in behind that. Come on now. Keep talking. AT.
Don't adjust your screens. That's the right brightness as we've seen Kane Kyle Bennett.
Kane Bennett Kyle on the left of your screen, and some Ayers fans enjoying the evening here in Tamaki Makaurau.
That's right. Enjoy it. It's been a long time between drinks. Well, I mean, maybe not for that last guy, but for the Taranaki Ayers here in the postseason. You get there, you might as well have a great time doing it. Great to see some of the teams that have made it this season and still have a chance to win it.
Charlotte Schneider over to Braden Udy. 3-ball goes up and goes down. Brooke Rusco, what do you got for us?
There's a lot of excitement from this Ayers coaching staff at the moment. Like what they're saying it's a real big minute here. Can we push this lead out to 10, 12, build a little bit of momentum? But overall, excitement's building down here.
As it should do. As Jones, such a magician with ball in hand, finds a cutting Douglas who couldn't finish on this occasion. Farrington goes the other way. He does finish. Tucky Farrington.
That's a huge sequence in this game. It was going to be 10 points had Brandon Yulee not played that solid defense at the rim. And then Tucky Farrington, his aggressiveness in transition has been excellent. He is playing great basketball. 9 points, 8 rebounds for him.
Willett almost left the ball behind. Scrambling Tuatara, there's bodies everywhere, and that will be Auckland Tuatara possession, the defensive hustle.
What a response from the Tuatara out of the timeout. We heard Coach Aaron Young, he said, hey, we're flat, where's our energy? Well, here's energy in spades. It has come out, and it is fantastic. Sean Willett heading to the bench. He's just struggling a little bit to handle the basketball there because of the pressure around the Tuatara. That turned into a turnover. We need to capitalize on this one here as well before last licks go to the Ayers.
Just over 20 seconds to go. First half, Schneider stops on a dime, pulls up, but it leaves it short. So the Ayers will have the last look at the hoop in this first half.
I wouldn't mind seeing a double on Anthony Hilliard if he comes off a screen here.
Douglas, Schneider almost with the steal, turnaround three, doesn't go. Still some time, Jones, did he get it off? Waved off. Ooh. Waved off by the referees.
That was close. I'd love to see the replay. It won't count regardless, but what an effort by both teams to finish the quarter. There it is. Marcel Jones picks it up and still in the fingers as it goes. Great call by the officials.
So halftime here. Marcel Jones wants to have a look at a review system that doesn't exist in the NZNBL. 48-42, the Ayers lead the Tuatara. Rob Lowe, the captain of the Tuatara, is with Brooke Rusco.
Rob, there was a point in there I saw you demanding a lot from the troops. What were you saying?
You know, we just let the intensity slip a little bit. We put our heads down. We can't do that. We're the best team in the league, and we need to act like it.
Yeah, you're 20 minutes away from making the grand finals. How do you win it?
Intensity, wanting it. You know, it's the finals. Let's go.
Good luck in the second half. And we welcome in the lead scorer of the league, and I mean, you're filling it up once again. What are you seeing out there?
We had too many turnovers at the end. We got an 11-point lead. Now it's 6. We got to take care of the ball better. We gave up too many offensive rebounds.
You guys have been dynamic. You guys have been amazing in transition and looking like that once again. But how do you guys win this game? Is it getting out and running or is it on the defensive end?
We got to get the offense, stop them from getting offensive rebounds so we can run. We got to get on defensive rebounds, then we can run.
Good luck in the second half and see you make it to the finals.
Well, a couple of players there who know what needs to happen to win a ball game. Right now, it's the Taranaki Ayers who lead by 6, 48-42. Half-time in the first semi-final of the 2022 NZNBL. The Sky Broadband half-time wrap coming up after the break. See you soon.
Kia ora, welcome back to halftime of semi-final number 1 between the Taranaki Ears 48 sitting 42 with the Auckland Tuatara. So we see into the bench here of both squads. First the Ears, and here's Coach Young, Aaron Young, demanding a lot of the troops right now. As you know, these guys have been here before, sat here at this very position last year, looking to go one better and make it to the finals this year. And how do they do that?
Well, right now they've got to do a better job of defending in transition. One way to do that will be to put the ball in the basket. I love the effort. I love the way they came back and counter-punched at the end there, but they got to just find a little bit more, especially on the defensive side.
Well, one person who can do it on both ends, defense here is amazing, but Chris Johnson can fill it up as well, sitting on 10 points right now. But a big thing for him last night was foul trouble, picked up 3 in that first half as well.
Yeah, a couple of cheapies. That's because of the aggressiveness of Ty Wynyard, but when he was on the court, he was phenomenal. The athleticism was on display. The quickness around the rim. Here's a foul on Ty Wynyard. Because of that aggressionism that gets rewarded. His activity on the glass, always great. But the defense, the rim protection, that is what makes him special. And this move, I'm just glad I'm not playing anymore because I could not guard that.
That is impossible. Impossible to guard. And then on the other end, another man who's virtually impossible to guard when he gets going like this in transition as well, Anthony Hilliard.
Shooting the ball very well. You see that, oh, look at that percentage from the three-point line. It is fantastic. They're doing a really nice job of finding him in transition, and he's utilizing the up fake to great extent, finding some extra space because of it. The activity on the glass, his activity has been fantastic, just finding ways to score all over the place, carrying that load and really stretching the defense of the Tuatara and changing the geometry of the court.
And he makes it look easy as we go over the first half stats right here. 6-point lead currently to the Ears. As you look through this, where's this game going to be won and lost?
Tuatara have to find better quality shots in the half court. 41% is not going to do it. 28 rebounds. Of those, I believe 11 are offensive for the Taranaki Ears. Both teams need to clean up the defensive glass, stop those turnovers as well. Both teams a little heavy there, but I think it's most importantly the glass. The team that controls the rebounds, doesn't give up offensive rebounds, they're going to win the possession game and probably win the game.
Yes, so we see some of the points as we go through it. No surprises here. Anthony Hilliard, Javante Douglas filling it up, Willett as well, and then on the other side, Johnson, Lowe, and Farrison.
I love what I've seen from Farrison. He's been great. Sean Willett in support of the other players. I expect Sean Willett to get going a little bit more in the second half. He's been a little bit frustrated with his lack of opportunity. Well,
and another name that we were constantly talking about, especially last night, he's come back from the FIBA Asia Cup with the Tall Blacks, and it's like he's found a spring in the step. 8 rebounds 100%. Is here for Taki Farrison.
100%. He is having such a positive effect on the game. I'm loving him in transition, but it's his mindset. He believes he's out there one of the best players, and he's playing like it because he is.
Well, we are going to a break. We will be back straight after the second half is on the way. Who is going to be in the finals of the Sales NBL for 2022? We find out straight after this.
Tickets are still available for all cells and the other 6 games. Please bring the Eventfinda.co.nz.
Welcome back to Eventfinda Stadium. The third quarter of semi-final one just moments away. The Taranaki Airs have a 6-point advantage at halftime, 48-42. Hugh Baden here alongside Casey Frank for this one. The winner of this will be in the big dance on Saturday, where they'll play the winner of tomorrow's semi-final 2 between the Nelson Giants and the Otago Nuggets.
Yeah, we're certainly looking forward to what's next, but these teams cannot afford to do that. They have to concentrate on the task at hand. There's 20 minutes of basketball left, and despite a 6-point lead, there is nothing in this game. The Tuatara could come right back into it. Love the way that Ty Wynyard affected the game in the first half. I think the Taranaki Airs were disappointed he wasn't on the Defensive Player of the Year list, and you can see why with the effect he's had on the game in the interior in the first half. Siler Schneider, so influential in the victory last night, is having a little bit of trouble finding himself offensively. Love the way that he's delivering the ball to other players and getting those assists, but I really think he's got to find a little bit of space for himself and start scoring, just to draw some of those defenders off of Johnson and Lowe and give them some space where they want to operate.
Well, it's been a great season for both these teams. But this Taranaki Air side finished dead last year in the competition. Haven't made the playoffs for 30 years. And here they are, leading at halftime in the semi-final. Their general manager, Mitchell Langton, named General Manager of the Year at the end of the regular season. Not here tonight, Casey, as he's made his way out to Auckland only to get sick with the flu. So he's watching at home. We wish you the very best,
Sorry for laughing at you, Mitch, but I find it hilarious. All that work, can't even get the trophy. Well done, Mitch. Enjoying it from the television is probably your preferred, so he gets to listen to me and you, I'm sure. But who wouldn't? You know, it's always a little nerve-wracking to be part of a franchise and in the building without an ability to affect the game. So hopefully he's keeping that blood pressure down.
Here's Rob Lowe, who will look to affect the game plenty in this second half as Baby Hook doesn't drop.
Good mindset from the Tuatara. Right, Rob Lowe straight at Marcel Jones in the post. They got to get that going inside.
There we are, drives, dishes. Willett's 3-ball doesn't go. Johnson comes down with the board.
Lucky not to get a travel there. Taki Ferentsen definitely got away with an extra step.
Johnson looking for Ferentsen, picked out of the air.
You need to be more deliberate. You can't be quizzical with those passes. It has to be determined.
I spoke to Coach Aaron Young this morning, and he said it took all we had last night to beat the Wellington Saints, and now we have to give all we have again to beat the Taranaki Airs tonight. So I wonder if fatigue will play a part in this second half, as Ty Wynyard has a nice little teardrop floater for 2 points.
Really nice delivery by Marcel Jones, making the extra pass there, and the soft touch by Ty Wynyard being shown off.
Really looks for Rob Lowe. Quick baseline spin from Lowe. A couple of up fakes and a trip to the Racine foul line.
Foul called there. I believe it was on Marcel Jones, but I saw Javonte Douglas put the hand up, and he does. Foul on Javonte Douglas. He picks up his second personal foul. Nice pass and aggression from Rob Lowe here in the third quarter, going straight at the basket. You see the slap down by Javonte Douglas late.
And it's two. How come that's different? Oh, no.
Rob
This
Lowe
is his second.
unable to get that second, but he needs to keep this aggressiveness, as do the Tuatara as a whole. They need to put that pressure on the Taranaki defense.
Big contact down low as Ty Wynyard just
shakes it off.
Forces his way through the lane. And there he is with a putback too.
Ty Wynyard is having such an influence with his physicality in this ball game. Everyone on the Tuatara is concerned about where he is on the court at all times.
Chris Johnson, quick step, stutter step, three ball, doesn't go. Rob Lowe causing a nuisance down there and earning a foul.
Rob Lowe doing an excellent job of just forcing himself into the ball game. He's with the catches in the post. That's a foul on Marcel Jones, his second.
Well, some team news from the Auckland Tuatara bench. They'll do the second half without Nick Barrow. It's been a busy few days for Constable Nick Barrow, and now his wife's gone into labour. So best of luck to Nick as he's left the building to go and be there for the special moment.
I hope you got some sleep last night, buddy, because it's not going to get any more from now on.
He was working last night. Sleep today, hopefully.
He slept till 3, he told me, and that is the last time he'll ever be able to do that.
Lowe's three misses. Ty Wynyard down low. Lowe goes up to get the board. So a tough task just got tougher for the Tuatara. And they trail by 9 here early in the third. Schneider with a sharp move, but Jones recovers well.
Really excellent use of his length defensively.
Ferentsen's three rattles in and out. Jones wants it down low and gets it. He goes to work on Taki Ferentsen, turn around. And he gets the friendly bounce, Marcel Jones.
You just know the hook shot's coming at some point when he gets those extra dribbles in the paint.
Ferentsen low. Two-handed slam, Rob Lowe.
Miscommunication defensively. Both players stay with the basketball. And the help side's just a little bit drawn to the shooters on the weak side. Even Rob Lowe with the easy finish. He's up to 13 points on 50% shooting.
Willett waits for the Jones screen. Give and go with Ty Wynyard. And Willett pins his ears back. Chris Johnson does well.
Just enough to contest and then get the rebound off the rim. Wouldn't mind seeing Chris Johnson get a touch to go at Ty Wynyard. Try and pick up that third foul.
Here's Ferentsen. Wynyard does his best to keep Johnson out the key. And so Taki Ferentsen just drops a three ball over Marcel Jones.
Man, he is playing so well right now. 12 points, 9 rebounds and assists. But his offensive mindset, every time he's got it in his hands, he is a threat to score right now.
Willett round the Wynyard screen. Braden Newley doing his best to stop Anthony Hilliard getting any space and doing a fine job. He finds Ty Wynyard though. The dunk doesn't go and the Tuatara go the other way. Sean Willett. Jones hands it off. Give it a go, those two. A little hot potato from Jones and Wynyard, and Jones finishes it off.
You want it, I want it, you want it. Marcel Jones, the hook shot again, getting the soft rolls on the soft touches.
There's great defense on the dunk attempt from Rob Lowe as Chris Johnson finishes at the other end and will go to the line for a three-point play.
Man, does he have some explosive quickness when he puts that ball on the floor for a man his size. You look at that rip through, that change of direction just completely catches Marcel Jones flat-footed. Jones really not trying to get any contact there, but the action being forced by big CJ. Back to the line with a chance to cut it to 5 from the Razine.
You're just running a normal play.
And Johnson, 3 points the old-fashioned way.
Marcel Jones heads to the bench with his 3rd personal foul. 11.7 rebounds. He has had great influence in this ball game. They're gonna have to try and make up for his minutes.
For all the endeavor of the Airs, they can't shake the Tuatara. 56-51. Good hand from low, better shot from Hilliard, 2-pointer, that is.
Toe on the line, and an unfortunate turnover there. Dante Russo-Nance passing it out as Schneider started doing the two-way cut. Not a timely turnover, obviously. Look at the space created by Anthony Hilliard, just barely on the line, but that step back move off the dribble, so under control. He gets himself so squared to the basket when he's ready to score. He is just playing tremendously, putting on so much pressure on whoever's defending him.
No more bitching and moaning. Stay together as a group and compete as a group. No more sloppy shit. All right? That's the last time I'm going to address that. Fucking move on. Offensively with this lineup, I like a swing. Keep getting into swing 4 actions. Robbie slipping through that action. I like to see a high-low out of that. CJ, really seal your man. Look to hit that high-low. If that's not on, we got rub continuation. We have to be aggressive. Even in transition, we're kind of getting in and getting back. Aggressive mindset. That's the difference right now. And we're only down 7. No live ball turnovers. Take care of the ball, but stay aggressive. If you miss a layup, fuck it, get back. But we got to make layups right now. Come on.
Well, apologies if any playoff language made its way into your living room. As you see a former coach of yours, Casey Frank, the great Kenny Stone, in the building. Did so much for Auckland basketball. He'll be very happy to see an Auckland team in the semi-finals again.
When I first came over here, he was a player coach for me, so he was a teammate as well as he finished up his career and won both of my titles with the stars underneath him. Great to see him supporting basketball.
And another former Auckland basketballer, Brooke Rusco.
It's the beautiful thing of playoff basketball right now, isn't it? It's Coach Trent Adams saying, you know what, they've scouted us extremely well. They know what we're going to do. Here's our reads. Let's go to this. So a read right there. That's what they talked about in the timeout. Came out, executed straight away, and Coach Trent Adams will be extremely happy with that.
Yes, he will. Javante Douglas, 13 points. He is doing it from all levels on the offensive end.
Russo-Nance, fresh off a delayed flight tonight. Finds Rob Lowe, tough shot from Rob Lowe. Good defense from Douglas.
Great D, and I like the way Anthony Hilliard sagged in there. He didn't commit the double team, but he stayed and he was a nuisance, making it difficult for him to find some space.
Javante Douglas going at Rob Lowe. Foul called, so Douglas will go to the Razine to shoot 2.
Second personal foul on Rob Lowe. He doesn't like it, but he's gonna have to accept it. Coach Aaron Young, he just wants less of the moaning, more of the playing. Action forced by Javante Douglas there. A bit of contact, possibly could have gone either way with a no call. Instead, it's Rob Lowe picking up a second, and Javante Douglas heading to the Razine for the make, and a chance to stretch this lead to 12 so quickly. Man, they can just put points on the board in just a snap of the fingers, can't they?
This is the second, and Lowe grabs the rebound. Number 8 for Rob Lowe to go with 13 points. As Carlin Davison gets ready to check back into this game for the Taranaki Airs. Chris Johnson turned down the 3 initially, drains it the second time and looks right at the Taranaki Airs bench.
Tremendous use of the little jab step there, getting Ty Wynyard off him. He's got to be concerned about the drive.
Speaking of drive, Willett looking to find some space. Ball bobbles around, Douglas tidies it up. Hilliard had to go all the way around Rob Lowe, found some space on the wing, and well, that's bread and butter for Anthony Hilliard.
That was a deep shot. Rob Lowe is struggling to keep the space with him because of that ball handling ability.
Another one for Johnson, this time short. Rob Lowe with great offensive rebounding position, and he'll go the line to shoot 2.
Oh, the Tuatara are doing an excellent job of planting themselves down low, especially the opposite big out of the high-low as Javonte Douglas picks up foul number 3, joining Marcel Jones and Chris Johnson on that number. Javonte Douglas does not want to come out of the game because he is playing well, but they are going to substitute him anyway and depend on Sean Willett moving into that power forward position.
Sean, you are Rob. Yeah, you play the 4 offense.
And so Rob Lowe gets the first from the Razine, and man, he has been doing a great job of influencing himself into the ball game, consistently doing the little things, finding a way to contribute on the glass defensively. The Tuatara refusing to go away.
A 9-point lead for the Airs. As Willett sees a little bit of daylight and he elevates for a two-handed jam.
Wow, Sean Willett goes up. Rob Lowe contests as well as he can, but an explosive finish by Sean Willett above the rim.
Russo Nance, that pass. Johnson did well to tidy it up. It wasn't the most certain of passes. As Russo Nance, one-footed, looks to go, and Johnson just taps it in.
Yeah, they're just refusing to get boxed out on the bigs for the Tuatara. Even when Ty Wynyard's in there, they just can't keep those fellas off the glass.
Davison goes at Lowe. Lowe hits the deck, no whistle. Hilliard, deep 3, contested, bobbles around, doesn't drop, rebound Lowe.
Rob Lowe putting his body on the line, and there's a lot of contact, but no whistles.
Double-double.
Johnson in the post has an opportunity here.
Double-double for Lowe as Russo Nance just slows things down for the Auckland Tuatara. Deep 3 ball, Silas Schneider, down it goes!
Huge shot for Silas Schneider's confidence level, but also for the Tuatara. They've got to find a way to get points when the ball's not in the hands of Lowe and Johnson and not just off the glass. That's certainly a way to do it.
So 5 quick points for the Tuatara. Can they make it 7? It's Dante Russo Nance. He's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Sean Willett picks up his second personal foul as a little carelessness with the basketball by Richie Roger is picked off by Dante Russo Nance. He leaks out, gets out in transition. Willett gets the ball, but too much body contact, sending Dante Russo Nance to the bench. Timeout to the Taranaki Airs, who want to discuss things. Every single time it looks like they're about to grab control of the game.
I think Rob Lowe's been given a flop warning, Casey, for that.
That is correct. Tim Brown has just pointed out flop warning to the Tuatara.
And we'll listen in to the Taranaki Airs huddle and Coach Trey Adam.
Sal, you're at the 5. Hey, JJ, you're at the 4. Carlin, you're at the 3. And 2. Richie, 1. That's our group right there. You 2. Nothing. Solid, wall up, no extra contest, no nothing. No nothing. Wall up, contest, box out. We're cool with that? That's our little group there. Make sure, Carlin, you're helping out rebounding at this end. Help out if you can, use your length, get deflection, okay? Let's run, you're out. Let's run away, exit, away, exit, away, exit.
A 6-point lead for the Taranaki Airs. And let's listen in to Brooke Rusco, shall we?
Yes, I'm joined by Dan Potter at the moment. You're missing this one because you're injured tonight, but what are you seeing from the boys so far in this one that you like?
I mean, these guys have worked so hard all year, and I'm just seeing the grit and the tough and the determination that we know they can play at. And they're definitely doing a good job here in the third quarter, and I'm just excited what they'll pull off in the fourth.
Yeah, Dante at the line right now. You guys are down 6. How do you guys bring this one home?
I mean, we just got to stay solid on defense and just knock our shots down. We've been missing a couple easy ones, and I mean, right now Dante's picking up his game, and we will need him in this last little push here.
Absolutely. Now, for all the Sky Sport Breakers fans out there, currently your injury, how are you sitting at the moment?
I mean, I'm better than ever. In the next week or so, I'll be back on good as normal. Good as
Yeah. Well, good luck for the rest of the night, and don't forget you can catch Dan and the rest of the Breakers live on Sky Sport a little bit later in the year.
Is Dan Fotu wearing a jersey like he's a fan out there, or is he's maybe thinking about subbing himself into the ball game? Love Dan Fotu.
Richie Raja, 3-ball from the corner.
Oh, huge shot there. What a turn of events. 2 free throws missed on one end, and Richie Raja comes back and makes up for the turnover on the other with the triple.
Schneider finds Ferguson in the corner, looking to fire back with 3 of his own. Jones with the board.
And Javonte Douglas put back into the ball game with those 3 fouls, as is Marcel Jones. The Airs are pushing for it now.
Jones, 3. Closeout from Johnson, doesn't go.
Marcel Jones now 1 for 2 from deep.
Schneider trying to find a bit of space. Can't get it to go. Tuck returns on the Jets, goes right at Rob Lowe. Offensive foul, the call, a double fist pump from Rob Lowe.
That's the 4th foul on Javonte Douglas on that play, and I thought coming out that Rob Lowe's feet might have been in the charge circle. Let's take a look at the replay if we can see where his feet are. Not going to see it all. Well done by Rob Lowe to step out of the charge circle. Excellent call by official Tim Brown, and Javonte Douglas puts his team in a difficult position. Yes, they're up 9, but he is going to be on the bench until I'd say at least halfway through the 4th quarter, and he has been the best player on both ends for the Airs. They're going to have to do it without him for at least the next 6 minutes.
Well, Rob Lowe leaving it all out there for his Auckland Tuatara team, just moments after a flop warning on him as well. As the 3-ball doesn't go, the Tuatara need that ball through that hoop as they trail by 9.
16th offensive rebound for the Tuatara.
Here's Johnson. That rangy step back of his, he finds Russo Nance, 3-ball, in and out. Agonizing for Tuatara fans.
Halfway down, and now the Airs will finish with the last possession of the quarter.
Hilliard,
or not.
deep 3. He disagrees with you, and here comes the Tuatara with a 4-on-2 opportunity. Ferguson, the pass fake is a thing of beauty.
And that's why that was a bad decision. You take a bad shot, it leads to 2 points, and now instead of being up 9, they're up 7.
Jones retreats beyond the 3-point arc. Oh, Colin Davison almost had a highlight play. Swatted away by Chris Johnson on the buzzer. We got a game of basketball here, folks. 3-quarter time in semi-final 1. The Taranaki Airs lead by 7, 70 points to 63. 4th quarter action coming up after the break on the home of sport, Sky Sport. Well, welcome back, the Airs fans. Well, they'll be a little bit nervy. They do have a 7-point lead over the Auckland Tuatara, but with a spot in the grand final on the line. You'll be forgiven a few nerves, I think, with the 4th quarter about to get underway. Casey Frank.
This is as skinny a 7-point lead as I've ever felt. There's just nothing in it. As we've got Coach Aaron Young from the Tuatara You've been able to do some good work on the offensive glass to get your scoring going, but outside of that, where do you want to go to find a few more points and make up this deficit?
Yeah, I think it just looks like we're a little bit hesitant to kind of take them on at the rim, and we're pulling it out in transition. We just talked about being aggressive. That's when we're at our best.
The coach, you lost Nick Barry for the rest of the night, and we wish him the best of luck with his exciting night ahead. He'd love to see a win when he checks his phone later tonight, that's for sure. How much is fatigue going to play in, or does the playoff atmosphere a day after the big game against the Saints override fatigue?
It doesn't matter. We're here to compete. We know what's at stake. We're here to get after it.
Thanks very much for your time, coach. As Marcel Jones elevates from two-point range, Davison comes down with the board. Jones again, can't get it to go. Eventually the Tuatara get their hands on it.
Davison has a real influence in the game, but the Taranaki still can't score it.
Up it goes from Silas Schneider, and Tucky Berenson throws it down.
Well, Silas Schneider hasn't had a great shooting night, just 3 for 11, but that is his sixth assist, and fantastic vision to find Berenson on the lob there. He's got 16 points and 10 rebounds.
5-point game early in the fourth quarter. Jones curling, looking for the pass off the shoulder of Davis, and out of bounds it goes.
Well, he needs to shoot that. Everybody on his team thinks he's going to shoot that ball, and when he doesn't, he puts him in bad position. Beautiful pass there. Schneider, Berenson to finish. And what a 3 Tuatara with a double-double. Chris Johnson, Rob Lowe, and Taki Berenson all in double digits with points and rebounds.
Well, Tucky Berenson very much was in the running for most improved player of the year as Johnson and Wynyard get tied up. Foul committed by Wynyard, so to the line goes Johnson.
Picks up foul number 3, and he has played extremely well. I like what Marcel Jones is doing here, trying to get the Taranaki Airs together. They're a little disjointed. They're not playing on the same page right now. They have to find a greater level of efficiency and execution on offense and a better job communicating defensively.
Casey, you played for both favourites and underdogs in your career. And this time when the Airs come into this game favourites, of course, despite the Tuatara beating the Saints, when game is close in the fourth quarter, do those nerves and that pressure, do you start to feel that?
I mean, it all sort of depends on the situation, but you can feel the flow of the game. When things are rolling, you feel great. When it gets a little bit tighter, you're looking for those answers, and you understand that, hey, we're 9 minutes away. What can we do to play a little bit better? Rob Lowe just determined. He is refusing to lose.
3-ball doesn't go, but his big man friend Johnson gets it. Russo nets for 3. Here come the Auckland Tuatara 2-point game.
Well, I mean, Johnson and Lowe are just refusing to get boxed out. 12 rebounds apiece and 8 offensive rebounds between the two of them.
Here's Ty Wynyard looking to hand it off to Anthony Hilliard, the best scorer in the South NBL, and they'll go to the line to shoot 2.
It's down to 2 points now, and we've got a ball game from here on out. Moving forward, both teams are going to be going out. Look at the hustle by Chris Johnson. What an excellent pass to Dante Russo-Nance as the 4th foul is picked up by Chris Johnson on this play here. What a drive by Hilliard. As much as the Taranaki Airs are missing Javante Douglas on the bench, I think the Tuatara might miss Chris Johnson a bit more.
He takes his long limbs to the bench.
18 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks. Phenomenal basketball player that man is.
Hilliard makes his first from the line.
18 points for him now. There we see Javante Douglas, the other player with 4 fouls, who will be spending extended time on the bench.
Both free throws drop, and Richie Roger checks back into the game. Carlin Davison takes a seat.
This is a huge moment here for the Airs. They need to create some more space.
Tuatara goes right at Wynyard.
Oh, late call on Ty Wynyard. Well after the miss. Looks like Ty Wynyard had some, but that is his 4th personal foul. Great drive by Taki Berenson, and then you see the foul, elbow-to-elbow contact. Good call. And he will be checked out of the game now. Ty Wynyard with a little activity on the elbow. Carlin Davidson coming in, and that rebalances the size. Rob Lowe, once again, the biggest, strongest player on the court. He's going to have an advantage on the interior. Might look for the Tuatara to post him up a bit with Wynyard on 4 fouls. Javante Douglas on the 4 as well.
Berenson misses the first. 10 for 17 for just 59% from the free throw line.
That could be a bit of fatigue. This is a team that played a tough ball game just 24 hours ago. Having to back up, the legs may not quite be there where they want it. They're doing it on fumes right now, but they're still right in the mix.
Makes the second three-point game, just over 8 minutes to go in this semi-final. Giants v Nuggets tomorrow, 7:30 here on Sky Sport. That pass almost picked off by Silas Schneider. Anthony Hilliard fires it out. Richie Roger for three. That goes in.
Man, he hit some timely threes. There's so much focus on Hilliard, on Willett, but Richie Rogers sits on the end, waits for the ball to hit his hands, lets it fly when he does, and finds nothing but nylon.
Yuli, quick first step. Bumps off Davison. Farrington gets Willett to bite. It's Yuli with the floater on the baseline, leaves it short. And that's come off Richie Roger.
Run. Great fake by Yuli, a little bit of lack of communication by the Airs as multiple players go into the same guy. There we see the Richie Roger three. He hasn't had a ton of playing time tonight coming back from his 3x3 duty, but he is 3 for 3 from the field, all 3-pointers, 9 points for him.
Rob Lowe is battling to get open and get his hands on the ball. Schneider has to put up a deep three that doesn't go. Jones with the rebound. Marcel Jones, 11 points, 9 rebounds now. Schneider goes down, Willett drives, throws it down.
Man. Oh, man. Silas Schneider trying to sell the charge, the power, the explosiveness of Sean Willett on display. Not enough contact from the official's eyes to get the charge, and because of it, Sean Willett does another rim swing. That's 2 for him today, 12 points. 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. He's doing no blocks, but he's still doing a lot.
Let's trust our rim protection now. Trust it, and we got to come in, all 5 guys, and finish off those plays. Offensively right now, can we get a swing chin again? CJ, go at them. Make them guard us. Make them guard us on every action. If they deny that or come over and help, look for cutters. Robbie, you'll have that as a flash opportunity as well. Keep pushing the ball. Keep pushing the ball. We're going to come up with stops. Just dig deep here right now. Let's get back into some rub as well. Look for high lows. Even out of our fours, look for some high lows as well. Make them guard us in those situations. Here we go now. Hey, also be ready.
Nelson Giants, Otago Nuggets, tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. live on Sky Sport 2. What a matchup that is. They keep coming, but they stop on Saturday here in the NZNBL. Timeout's over. Let's hear from Brooke Rusco.
Yeah, first thing from Coach Trent Adams there was box out. You have to box out. Rob Lowe was the name that they put there as well. Go find where he is. Chris Johnson back on the floor. Go find where he is. The other thing was they understand business at hand right now, but they seem very relaxed. They're having a lot of fun, but they have to make sure that the space is there when they get out and run as well.
21 offensive rebounds for the Tuatara. That's what's keeping them in this ball game. As Marcel Jones picks up foul number 4.
He fouled Chris Johnson. He's back into the game.
And now Taranaki is in a real danger spot. They have to have Jones, Wynyard, or Javante Douglas on the court at some time. They're going to leave Jones out there and try by a few more minutes for their other bigs. But if I'm the Tuatara, I'm going right to Rob Lowe, going right at Marcel Jones right now.
Here's Russo Nance, 3-ball from the wing, isn't going to go.
Davison, what a huge rebound.
Well, Schneider with the steal, keeps it in bounds as well. Russo Nance throws it up to Johnson. The dexterity of Chris Johnson.
Silas Schneider forcing the turnover, then the look from Dante Russo Nance. Tremendous pass being made there. What a catch, the soft touch. Sure we'll see the replay here, but look at the steal, tremendous. The save by Schneider, and then the wherewithal of the young player. Look at the catch, the finish, the contact. Johnson tremendous to his 20 points and 12 rebounds now.
He caressed that ball into the hoop.
He certainly did, Hugh. It was sensual.
Yes, delicate hands. Chris Johnson has
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, but thanks for letting me know.
5-point game. The air is still in the ascendancy. That's come off Johnson's leg, so it will remain Ayers' possession.
And this 5-point lead just feels like one. It just feels like if Taranaki does not get a bucket every single time down, that the Tuatara are going to be right back in this.
Oh, Marcel Jones, bit of space, uses his body well and finishes off the glass.
Oh, what a pass by Willett, though, really utilizing the jab step to find some space for that passing angle.
Russo Nance looks inside. Davison read that beautifully. They go back to Johnson. Low. Schneider in heavy traffic. Finishes under the arm of Anthony Hilliard.
Man, this team is good under pressure these last couple of days. They feel it and they excel in it, as Jay-Z says. Pressure busts pipes, but it also makes diamonds.
Hilliard ran a couple of screens. 3-ball doesn't go. Rebound low, number 13.
All about execution for the Tuatara here. They need a great look.
Schneider from mid-range. Might have left it a bit short. Over the backboard it goes, so out of bounds. Double-doubles out there for the Auckland Tuatara for Chris Johnson, Rob Lowe, and Taki Ferguson.
10 rebounds for Ferguson, 13 for Rob Lowe, 12 for Chris Johnson. Javante Douglas back in the ball game with 4 fouls. Him and Marcel Jones both on 4. Ty Wynyard on the bench with his 4. Chris Johnson with 4 for the Tuatara. And the Tuatara in the zone to protect Chris Jones now.
Hilliard in the high post, over to Jones in the corner. That doesn't go. Lowe goes up to get the board. And here comes Taki Ferguson the other way. Driving, taking the contact. The hoop blocks him.
Great defense by Jones to defend and challenge without fouling.
Willett hands it off to Jones. Push shot from Marcel doesn't go from the elbow. And Rob Lowe goes up and gets another rebound.
Up to 15 now.
Chris Johnson 3-ball in transition. That doesn't go either. Douglas with the board.
Both teams need to settle down and find quality looks. Right now, the quality of shot has dipped as the defense and the intensity of this game has lifted.
Hilliard wants another screen from Douglas. Douglas flashes. Willett. Jones in the other corner. Oh, the pass wasn't expected by Douglas. Turnover as Russo Nance goes all the way. Can't finish.
A great rebound there by Marcel Jones to make up for it. That's a couple of plays where his teammates expect him to shoot, but he's making the extra pass unexpectedly.
Hilliard hands everywhere from Johnson. He's on 4 fouls. As Jones goes to work on Ferguson. There's a lead on the hoop at both ends over the past couple of possessions.
Oh, wow. Marcel Jones, he's missed the last few shots that he's had attempts at, but he is such a veteran leader and smart player. He's able to get this one, takes his elbow right in, sells it through. Rob Lowe beside himself as Marcel Jones heads to the bench after some valuable minutes. Ty Wynyard's 4 fouls now come into the ball game. Rob Lowe picks that one up. He's got 3 now.
79-74. 4 minutes, 14 seconds to go in this semi-final. For one of these teams, it's their last game of 2022. Hilliard 3-ball, that would have been big, but it doesn't go. Rob Lowe with a big defensive rebound. Ferguson hesitating, driving. Everything but the finish, and Rob Lowe's in there again, and Ferguson might have come down with that one. He has. Jump ball, the call. Possession arrow goes the way of the Auckland Tuatara.
Just a brilliant drive by Taki Ferguson. You see him thinking to himself, just got to get it up over the rim. The physics involved in this basketball, how did it not keep going? Just stops on the front of the rim, but the hustle, the stick-to-itiveness by Taki Ferguson to get back into the play and retain possession. Not sure what was discussed there, but it will be Tuatara ball on the baseline with under 4 to play.
Ferguson fouled as he shoots. A foul, he'll shoot 2. As he was on the line.
Fortunate for the Taranaki Airs to get away with that one. Richie Roger, trying to play great defense, was really concerned about the make.
So, kick out, that's an offensive foul. Darren
JJ at the top and you're Richie on the wing.
So Ferguson at the line has 17 points, make it 18 points to go with his 10 rebounds. Couple of steals there too for Taki. Plenty to think about for Trent Adam as Ferguson makes it a 4-point game from the line. Under 4 minutes to go.
I need to see a better quality shot from Taranaki here. They've been struggling against the zone to create quality looks.
Inside they go to Willett on the baseline. He fires it over to Hilliard, the most potent scorer in 2022. Douglas for three. Rattles around the rim. Big rebound from Sean Willett. Pass a little sloppy and Roger has to put up a three. Oh, Richie Roger, big time bucket.
4 for 4 from three. Richie Roger refuses to miss.
And here's Lowe, down low, finishing at the other end in quick succession.
Great recognition. He knows that Javonte Douglas cannot defend him with those 4 personal fouls. Goes straight up with it. He is up to 17 points and 19 rebounds.
Under 3 minutes to go in the semi-final. Wynyard, Russo Nance forcing a turnover. Here's Farrington trying to draw the foul. He'll take 2 points.
Dante Russo Nance has had such an effect with his defense. His quick hands has forced multiple turnovers. The carelessness and lack of attention with the ball around him is not smart.
3-point game. It's that spin move from Ty Wynyard. Gets it to go in the second attempt.
Might have been Chris Johnson on the tip, but it was the effort of Wynyard that forced it in. Just 5 points the difference.
Schneider around a low screen. Back to Johnson. 3-ball. Chris Johnson doesn't go. Low. Has he kept the ball in his team's possession? He hasn't. Foul by Silas Schneider.
Oh.
It's called an unsportsmanlike.
Unsportsmanlike called, and unfortunate for Siler Schneider. I mean, he certainly didn't mean to foul like that. A bit of a loose ball, and he gets tangled up and grabs. What a break for the Airs. 2 free throws end the basketball now, as Chris Johnson can't get the make. Huge rebound in traffic by Javonte Douglas, and here we see the foul by Schneider. I mean, personally, I don't like that being called an unsportsmanlike. He's just going for a loose ball. He gets tangled up. There's doesn't seem to be any intent. It's just contact. Regardless, it's going to be 2 from the Resine and the ball. Douglas makes the first. What a game he's had. 16 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists. 2 huge attempts from the Resine there to stretch it back to 7 points.
2 minutes, 11 seconds to go. We'll see one of these teams again, 7:30 on Saturday night, against either the Nuggets or the Giants.
Tuatara have done an excellent job of speeding the Airs up, but the Airs need to slow down now. They have to be deliberate.
Hilliard. Floater doesn't go, and it came off the hand of Ty Wynyard, so Tuatara ball.
He was unsure there. He was in between throwing the lob to Wynyard and making the shot, and because of that indecision, he made a play that did neither.
What do this Auckland Tuatara side have left in the tank? They trail by 7 on 2 minutes to go. Turnaround jumper, Chris Johnson. Rebounded by Javonte Douglas.
Wow, big rebound in traffic. Great attack by Farrington. But Douglas just great position.
Willett. Douglas doesn't shoot the 3. Fires from the elbow. The 2-ball goes. Timeout. Auckland Tuatara.
That is a big shot. What a job by Javonte Douglas. Had the open look, but look at the shot making. 2 dribbles, gets to his spot, the step back to create space on a great challenge by Taki Farrington. You can see the disappointment in Farrington. That shot right there gives the breathing space the Airs needed. With just under 90 seconds left in the ball game, a 9-point lead. The Airs are in control. They just have to take care of the basketball and play good enough defense, not get sped up, and they will get through to the finals. The Airs, they're hoping that anything but a miracle. As the Tuatara are in there talking now, it's going to be all about quick shots. They'll move the ball up here. They'll have it in the half court, so they'll get a possession here. And I think it's all about quick twos and trying to force turnovers immediately from this point on.
19 points apiece for Douglas and Hilliard for the Airs. Douglas also has 8 rebounds and 6 assists.
Oh, what a back and forth battle we have had. Just a fantastic effort on the glass by both teams, as 6 double-figure scores for the Taranaki Airs.
And Brooke Rusko was listening into the Tuatara huddle. What do you got for us, Brooke?
Absolutely no surprises. It's time to be aggressive. Nothing to lose at this point. Let's get out and run. We need to double everything. We need to triple everything if it gets to that point. But just be aggressive. We can't let time run off the clock. Get down, get out and run and get steals.
Dante Rousseau-Nance, ball in hand. He brings it up. Johnson trying to get free. They find Lowe instead. He looks to hand it off to Schneider. Oh, Schneider looked for the 3 and lost possession. And here come the Airs the other way. Out of bounds it goes. And Casey Frank, you talk about clock is your friend, protect the ball.
Well, this is their DNA. This is what the Airs do. You can't take the stripes off a tiger. And the Taranaki Airs, they want to go up and run. They want to run at every attempt, at every moment, and sometimes it ends up like that.
Sent over from the Tuatara though. So now they scramble.
No, they can't foul now. Oh, look at Schneider.
Schneider and Lowe combined for the turnover. Rob Lowe throws it down. And now it's the Airs' turn for a timeout. As Schneider and Hilliard face each other off in half court.
Didn't see what happened there, but what effort by Siler Schneider after Rob Lowe forced it out. Schneider just leaving every bit of himself on the court. And see what happened. It looks like they got tangled up afterwards, obviously having words between. Siler Schneider is a little bit fired up. He's having to get pulled back to the huddle by his teammates. But he has given them just a hint of a chance. The door isn't quite closed yet.
Great bit of late drama here in semi-final 1. It just shows you what it means to this Auckland Tuatara side, who defied the odds last night with a win over the rampant Wellington Saints.
Well, from this point on, I think Auckland has to. I think Auckland has to foul now. If they let Taranaki use the entire shot clock, and it's a question here as well. Here we see exactly what happened. Yeah, Hilliard with a little bit of a cheap finger there on the hand, and then he comes up and stuff. Anthony Hilliard is actually quite lucky he didn't get a technical there for that physical contact. And Trent Adams, he
knows it.
He's
Trent
like, you
Adams
come sit over here right now. You come down and sit right now, because that was about to be a bit closer than the 7 points. Taranaki has chosen not to bring the ball up the court. What that means is that they have the full 24-second shot clock to use up, which to me means after this initial defensive pressure by the Tuatara, if the ball crosses half court, you have to foul right away.
A pair of cameras just looked over to us, and I think summed up this Taranaki Air side. He's just gone Wild West. As we see, a turnover here, and here's Rob Lowe. Finishes off, 2 points. Again, the pressure from the Tuatara. Again, another turnover. Schneider lays out. Airs ball, Airs ball.
Wow. This defensive effort up the Tuatara. Look, I mean, to be honest, it looks like some contact on the arms. It looks like there might be a foul, but they're not calling it, and they can't wait for the foul if they're not calling it. You have to beat your man. Important now, just 5 seconds to get the ball across half court. 3 seconds have already run off, so they're going to have to get it across quickly, and with the way the Tuatara are defending, that is not going to be an easy task. A 5-point lead, a turnover here, and the Tuatara might just kick that door down.
This Tuatara side are leaving it all on the Eventfinda stadium floor. 5 seconds to get over halfway. Will it does it with ease? 5-point game. There's the foul. And again, some players size up on each other. This time it's Willett and Johnson. The referees snuff it out before anything comes of it.
Hey guys, it's okay if players look in each other's directions, fellas. We're not dueling pistols at dawn here. The touch foul, I think, surprised. Sean Willett just stands there. Chris Johnson just standing. Apparently, you're not allowed to stand next to guys.
There's all smiles in the end from referees and players alike.
Well, and now that they have that foul, I think the Tuatara have to keep fouling to force it to the line. They can't let all the seconds run off.
There's the man they do want to send to the line, Ty Wynyard.
That is the 5th personal foul. Great job by the Airs. Oh, sorry, the Tuatara. Yeah, sorry, great job by the Tuatara to foul Wynyard when he had the catch. Not a heads-up play by the Taranaki Airs to not get it in the hands of Hilliard. That's poor recognition of where the bonus was at.
So a big moment for Ty Wynyard, and he rises it to it for the first.
How about his game? 12 points, 6 rebounds, but it's been his intensity and effort down low that's been a difference.
Misses the second, Johnson gets the rebound. 89-83, Tuatara clinging on. 3-ball goes up from Schneider, no he doesn't, he changes his mind, finds Russo Nance, who makes the 3. Wow, timeout, Taranaki Airs, subs I should say.
Well,
no timeout, just subs.
A 3-point difference, everybody staying on the court. I don't know if Taranaki has a timeout, but if I was them, I'd use it. I'd bring the ball up to the front court.
How about the 17-year-old?
Wow, he's just so poised, so poised. Hilliard waiting for the foul, chance for them to trap.
Here he goes, almost a turnover from Schneider, but a foul called. Wow. And Aaron Young
is Silas Schneider
keeping
was upset.
Everything within himself.
If an official calls it a technical now, they're not doing a good job, because both these teams are just so on the emotional edge of things. They're completely fired up. Silas Schneider's 4th personal foul. What looked like could have been a turnover instead was a foul. Of course they're going to be fired up, and now we have here the most important free throws of the season for the Airs.
And it's the best scorer in the league who makes it a 4-point game with 14 seconds to go.
And this is the one here. Make it a true 2-possession game, would have to hit 2 threes to tie.
Gets it to go. And a timeout from the Auckland Tuatara, 91-86.
Well, 5-point lead, 14 seconds. This Tuatara team refuses to quit. 3 players in double figures for them. Chris Johnson, Rob Lowe with 21. Taki Farrington with 20. 19 rebounds for big Rob Lowe. 11 assists for Silas Schneider. 6 double-figure scores for the Airs. 12 for Roger, Wynyard, and Willett. 13 for Jones, 21 for Hilliard, and 19 for Javante Douglas, who also has 8 rebounds and 6 assists.
And a quiet night, and not a great shooting night for Dante Russo-Nance, who can be forgiven after getting off a plane about 2 hours ago.
For big shots.
A lot of basketball over at the NBA Basketball Without Borders camp, but the shots he's made have been big, none bigger than the 3-ball.
Special mention to Richie Roger. 4 for 4 from the field, all 3-pointers. Coming up perfect when his team needed it most. He misses 2 of those, they're down 1 right now. And there was nothing in this game. It is so close. Taranaki has 1 timeout left. Tuatara have 0 timeouts. If they do not get the ball in here, it will be a turnover.
And the fans of both teams willing their team to the finish line here and to the big dance in 48 hours' time. Silas Schneider to inbound. He's going to look for Dante Russo-Nance. Here he is. High arcing 3-ball. Straight into the arms of Anthony Hilliard, I should say. And fists are pumped from the Taranaki Airs as they make their way to the other end of the court to shoot free throws from the Racine foul line.
Tremendous performance by the Airs in victory, and they have secured their berth in the finals. Think about the Taranaki Airs have secured their berth in the finals, but need to take a couple more moments. Just a tip of the cap to the Tuatara. Back-to-back nights playing, I think, what everyone in the league would consider the 2 most powerful offensive teams in this league. 2 tremendous transition offenses. They have dug so deep and are just coming up a millimeter short.
He misses both free throws to Hilliard, and Schneider gets his move on this. Rob Lowe finishing the other end, 23 points, 19 rebounds. Rob Lowe has been stellar tonight, and a turnover as well from Lowe. Puts up a 3-ball.
Oh,
Still, he backs it in. Rob Lowe backs it in.
The buzzer was going off. The buzzer was going off. What's going on here? The horn was going at the score desk. They were trying to stop play.
And the referees are having a chat as the teams convene.
What just happened?
Score bench are explaining what's happened.
I think they're going to take away that three-pointer. Look at the turnover. Rob Lowe, what an incredible shot. Hit the banker. A timeout was called by Taranaki on the make. Taranaki called the timeout. The bench had it. I think they're going to take that three away. We'll see what the decision is. The bench was blowing the horn. The roof is going to explode off this place if it doesn't happen.
What a finish. We still have time on the clock. What a finish.
We're trying to listen in to the referees.
The lead that just keeps on giving.
So, for the first shot, guys, go back to your benches, please.
Teams being sent back to their benches by crew chief Tim Brown.
Let's talk this through. So, hang on, slow down. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, all right? When the first two went down, how much time was left on the clock? 4.3. Okay, it's 3.3 up there now. So let's start from 4.3. Ball goes in. We've got one dribble. Gets fumbled, turnover, out, and the shot. So, do you have advice on how long that play took from the 4.5? In my opinion, it might be 0.3.
We can only imagine they are talking about how much time is left on the clock here.
Okay, hang on, we'll go to them in a minute. What's your information?
Tuatara fans, who'd like the 3 points put on that scoreboard?
Because they've already started the clock.
Ears fans, you're still with us in the house. Ears fans, make some noise.
You're just joining us.
There's a lot to
This
figure
game
out.
looked over about 2 seconds ago before Rob Lowe just had 5 points in about a second of action.
So
that's the question, really, how many seconds it did take for Rob Lowe to get those 5 points.
Unbelievable. I mean, you wouldn't expect it. Hilliard, up to that point, was 5 for 6 from the free throw line. He misses 2. They got to figure this out. They got to speed this up now. We've got a game to play.
We are playing the inbound. Inbound comes in. One dribble, turnover, and then put back out to Rob Lowe for a bank 3-point shot. Do you have advice on how long that play took?
Well, this is all about the clock. They're all talking about how many seconds
The 3
are
ball's
left.
going to
So
count.
the bucket is going to count. The bucket is going to count. They're just talking now about how much time is left.
New Zealand right now. New Zealand score from the South India.
Here we see it. The foul there. There's 4.5. The clock did not start until that happened. And then the ball goes in there.
Isaac Fotu, you see the tall black Isaac Fotu in the background losing it. As his tall black's teammate.
So they should come down to about 2 seconds left on the clock. Taranaki has a timeout. They will be able to advance it.
And while the referees talk about it, what about the work of Rob Lowe tonight? What about the work of Rob Lowe all season after a stop-start season with the Breakers? He has turned it on in the South NBL.
Look at the stat line tonight. 23 points, 19 rebounds, 6 steals, a block, and an assist. He has just really carried this team at times. His intensity, his aggressiveness has been brilliant. They're still talking about how many seconds. They really got to figure this out one way or the other. We've got two teams getting really cold on the sideline. They're just trying to figure out exactly how many seconds left. Let's just make a decision, guys. Let's just make a decision. The three-pointer counts officially.
And there's the cheer from the Tuatara fans.
91-91. How big were the misses by Hilliard?
We can go over to Britt Rusco, who might have a bit more information for us.
Yeah, it looks like chaos. There is absolutely chaos there. The three-pointer does count. All that came down to, there was no timeout called, and they just had to know how much time needed to be down on the clock. So there's 3.3 right there. They said there was a steal, there was a few dribbles in there. Rob Lowe still shot it, and he banked it in. So the big discussion wasn't on if it counted. It wasn't on if it was a timeout called. It was how much time is left on the clock.
No, it's got to be that side.
And we still haven't changed that. They're going to leave that at 3.3 apparently.
Didn't I use the timeout?
No, 1 second. They've got 1 second on the clock now. So the Tuatara have to defend for 1 second to make it to overtime. The Taranaki Airs,
wow.
The Taranaki Airs have just shot themselves in the foot here in the fourth quarter. The turnovers, because of the pressure of the Tuatara, have let them right back in the game, and it's a miracle.
1 second on the clock. Hilliard doesn't go. Free basketball. Semi-final one. It's going to overtime between the Taranaki Airs and the Auckland Tuatara. And it's Rob Lowe who's led them there, and look at the smile on the big man's face. 91 apiece.
My goodness. How about this ball game, people? This is a phenomenal, phenomenal comeback. They were down 5. Anthony Hilliard had 2 free throws to put it up to 7. And the Tuatara score 5 points in less than 5 seconds.
And we did something we never do, Casey. You said the word victory. You know, and that, we don't do that unless it is at that point in a basketball game where it is a procession to the finish for the last 7 or 8 seconds or whatever it was at that time.
Miracles happen. That is the beauty of basketball. A 5-point lead. With
Reggie Miller Lowe.
5 points with less than 10 seconds to play. And they just find a way. This Auckland Tuatara squad refuses to die. It's the lizard blood. You cut off the tail, it grows back.
I'll tell you what's interesting. With about 6 seconds on the clock, the Nelson Giants left the building as we see...
they're back.
As we see Rob Lowe and the work he's done tonight, 26 points, 19 rebounds.
Wow, Rob Lowe, the work inside, outside. He's 10 for 18 from the field, 2 of 6 from deep, 4 of 5 from the free throw line. His defense has been excellent. The rebounding has been ridiculous, 19 of those, but just the will, just the leadership, grabbing his team together, refusing to let this game go away. And now we've got free basketball. Some of the performances in this league this year have been great, but none has been more timely than Rob Lowe this evening.
Overtime at Eventfinda Stadium. 5 minutes on the clock.
Can the Airs find a way to get back into it? They were controlled. They were feeling great. They got an ovation from the Taranaki fans here in the building. Aaron Bailey Noel.
Will his career finish tonight or on Saturday night?
There it is. That's the question. He does not know which. He wants nothing more than one more game. Hasn't had a title since 2003.
That wasn't with the Taranaki Airs, who have never won the New Zealand National Basketball League. Here's Willett. Douglas gets to his spot. Short with the 2, or Hilliard, big offensive board. Active, pulls up from the free throw line, doesn't go. Johnson with the rebound.
This is a cold gym. That was a long break for both these teams. I'd be surprised if either team is really in rhythm right now. They gonna take a minute or two to get those legs back into things, get the blood flowing, but neither team really has a minute.
Farrison stops, pulls up. Johnson can't get the O board, so Douglas comes away with it.
Taranaki just has to reset their mind, get back to the aggression, attacking the rim.
Willett does just that and finishes.
Nearly loses the ball, but loses in such a way that he's able to finish with the left.
There is a handful of players out there with 4 fouls to their names, Casey, as well.
You can't care about any of that. You just got to care about possession by possession. Let the chips fall where they may.
Russo Nance. Contested three, he banks it in. Dante Russo Nance.
I feel like if the Taranaki Airs lose this game, somebody is going to go get a shotgun and shoot that backboard for these 2 big threes that have found their way in. That is tremendous pressure shot.
Oh, and a good hand from Russo Nance.
Oh, I thought that went off Sean Willett's legs. After that, he tipped it. Dante Russo Nance's hands have been phenomenal. He's forced 4 steals, recorded 4 steals, but he's deflected at least 5 others.
And here he is, defending Sean Willett. Rob Lowe, who's also had active hands tonight, and forced 2 of the biggest turnovers. Douglas drives at him. Oh, a patient finish from Javante Douglas.
The way he hangs in the air afterwards, just tremendous. Seeing the effect of Chris Johnson coming towards him.
Russo Nance, edge of the key. Can't get it to go. 95-94, the Airs lead. 3 minutes to go in overtime.
This is the possession of the ball game here.
Willett goes at low. Oh, round the back pass, and what a pass from Sean Willett to Ty Wynyard.
It's in the DNA, man. They just like to put on a show. What a pass in the moment. The 3-point lead now for the Airs. Can they defend and get one more stop?
Schneider, foul to the line. He goes for one more. Silas Schneider with a big bucket.
Just player after player stepping up. Silas Schneider now into double figures. The hesitation, the change of speed baits Richie Roger into the foul. Look at there, he slows it down, then he bursts up, takes the contact, gets the make. 11 points, 12 assists for Schneider.
I was saying earlier, Casey, the Giants left the building with about 7 seconds on the clock, and they are back.
Yeah,
they came back in to watch overtime, so someone checked the phone on the way out. Willett driving at Johnson. Gets his own rebound, Sean Willett. Out to Hilliard, here's Douglas. Rob Lowe with the hand. Johnson with the rebound.
Huge rebound, and Schneider with the ball in hand as a decision maker.
Dante Russo Nance for the lead. Yes, sir, Dante from mid-range. The 17-year-old who does not feel pressure.
5 points in overtime. Forcing steals left, right, and center. The Airs have to respond.
Hilliard under pressure. Looks for the give and go. Drives at Johnson. Johnson with the board and the defense.
With 4 fouls, he defends straight up, forces the miss. Tuatara in control.
They lead by 1. They have possession. 1:40 to go in overtime. The first period of overtime. Who knows what lies ahead? Lowe for 3. Big if it goes, and you bet it goes. Rob Lowe.
29 points, and Taranaki does not know what hit him.
Here's Wynyard. Oh, Rob Lowe with the slap and the foul.
That is his 4th personal foul now. Great foul on Ty Wynyard there, who had a guaranteed 2 points. Big shot on the other end by Lowe. Catch, shoot. Ty Wynyard going up for the dunk. Strong foul down the stretch here.
And he made his last 2 free throws when we thought he had iced the game for the Airs, and he makes this one.
Felt like it, but that's why you play the game. You never know how that ball's gonna bounce.
Misses the second.
If Taranaki does not get a stop here, that'll be very difficult to overcome, but as we saw earlier, not impossible.
Schneider sizes up Richie Roger. Goes to work on the young Tall Black. Speaking of young Tall Blacks, here's Tucky Ferguson. Few stutter steps, goes right at one of the best defenders in the league. Will have another go, turnaround jumper. Comes off the rim, but only into the hands of Anthony Hilliard.
Nobody running with the Naki.
Willett at low.
Rob Lowe fouls out. Rob Lowe took elbow through the jaw. Strong drive by Sean Willett, who forces the contact, but the foul called on Lowe, and he will foul out. Look, he's trying to step through. There's the foul. He wants the contact, but it's obviously a defensive foul on Rob Lowe.
Well, it's great recognition from Sean Willett, because Rob Lowe has been magnificent tonight, and he makes his way, applauded by fans of both teams, to the Tuatara bench.
29 points, 19 rebounds, 6 steals, a block, an assist.
And for the second time in 2 nights, he has to watch agonizingly as his team will go down to the wire, and that is a big missed free throw from Sean Willett.
Taranaki just 11 for 19 from the free throw line tonight. Tuatara not much better at 13 for 22, but they got the 3-point lead.
Willett steadies himself. And that one drops in.
Well,
2-point game.
Time for one more stop with Rob Lowe out. It's going to be Schneider, Nance, and Johnson.
Schneider around the Johnson screen, trying to find a bit of space. Back to Braden Yulee, who's come into the game for Rob Lowe. 7 on the shot clock as Farrington skips down the lane. The finger roll is a thing of beauty from Takiula Farrington, and we have a timeout from the Taranaki Airs.
What a drive from Taki Farrington. He is built for the moment. No effect on the champ. 22 points, 11 rebounds for Taki. And how about the aggression on the rim? He had a choice there. He could have gone to Chris Johnson in the post. Instead, he just puts the ball in the floor and barges his way to the rim. What a drive by Javonte Douglas, one of the premier defenders in the competition. Willett gets a hand on it, and then he finishes with the left at the rim. Tremendous, tremendous effort. Man, the back and forth in this ball game has been amazing. As it looks like Richie Roger is going to check out of the game. He might be cramping. Marcel Jones looking like he's checking back in after sitting down the majority of overtime. Richie Roger trying to stretch that leg out. What a loss he is at this moment. Remember, he's 4 for 4 from deep.
There were people in this gym last night who walked into the gym thinking the Saints were going to see off the Tuatara. And fair enough, given the form of the two teams into the final 6. The people who walked into the gym tonight going, fair play Tuatara, but you just played last night and now you've got to play the Taranaki Airs, and thought they'd be beaten comfortably.
I was one of them. Not necessarily comfortably, but I thought the Naki was going to get the win. I thought they had enough. And man, there will be nightmares about the way they played down the stretch if they do not find a way to get back in this game. But what a famous finish for the Tuatara up to this point.
Hilliard, big if he goes, it doesn't. Who's going to come down with that one? Jones is going to go down through a few fans. And Marcel Jones, such as his love for the Taranaki region, lives there, played there for a long time. He's up on his feet.
Timeout to the Tuatara. He can't save it. Just goes through a couple of chairs there.
25.6 seconds left. A wise man once told me that that's a lifetime in basketball. Didn't you, Casey?
A lot of basketball can be played in 25 seconds. Just ask Auckland what happened in about a third of that.
So tomorrow night, the Otago Nuggets take on the Nelson Giants. The Nuggets in the semi-final, courtesy of a win over the Hawke's Bay Hawks on Wednesday night. The Giants, there courtesy of a second-place finish on the Sal's NBL ladder. The winner of that plays the winner of this on Saturday night in the big dance, 7:30. Build up from 7 o'clock on Saturday for the grand final. There are the Nelson Giants, who thought they were off to bed about half an hour ago. And then they came back into the gym to catch overtime. And man, have we had some good games in this final 6 series already. The Airs waiting for the Tuatara.
Well, the decision here for Taranaki is how long you wait to foul. There's going to be 14 seconds on the shot clock. You're going to look for the steal first, as you see everyone who has 4 fouls is checked into the out of the game. So the second it gets in, if they do not get the steal, you should see a quick foul sending someone to the line. In this lineup, might be best to foul Schneider. He's been struggling from the line at times. They go to Johnson instead.
So that's out of bounds, so no foul, but the Tuatara will inbound again from the sideline.
All about just being strong with the basketball if you're Auckland. If you want, I'd just hold it if I was Chris Johnson, wait for the shot clock violation.
He does just that. Ooh, he brings it under one arm and he's fouled. Scott Telfer called for the foul.
And nice entry pass at that point. I think they've got to get one more foul now to get to the bonus.
And he wrapped his long arm almost 2 times around that ball. He was holding it so tight. Chris Johnson. Again, they're going to look for their big man.
Oh, they got angles. They got to
get it in.
He
gets it into Braden Yulee, and it's Yulee who's fouled.
I don't mind the foul in Yulee. He hasn't had the ball in hand today. This will be his first trip to the regime.
No fouls. No fouls is the call from Aaron Young when they are on defense. As Douglas comes back into the game, protected on that defensive possession.
But you might want to get Wynyard in there as well for the rebound. Instead, it's Jones for his rebounding and shot-making ability on the other end. And I also like the subs just to freeze out Braden Yulee just a bit.
Oh, in and out for Yulee.
Well, you missed the first. The second one becomes a little bit harder. Taranaki down 4. 21 seconds.
103-99. Yulee to make it a 5-point game, and he does that. What steps he's taken in 2022, Braden Yulee. Here's Sean Willett the other way. Almost loses the rock. Jones, deeply contested 3. Oh, Kylan Davison, couple of attempts at the putback and gets it to go. As Russo Nance is swamped by the airs and fouled. 9.8 on the clock. Dante Russo Nance. Have I mentioned how old he is? 17 years old. Time. We'll head to the Racine foul line.
One more time. Why not? Dante Russo Nance, 13 points, 5 assists, coming off the bench. An international plane flight today as well.
He has been playing,
but he's done this 1,000 times.
Dante Russo Nance.
No offense. I mean, I have never seen a 17-year-old as skilled and as well drilled as him. I remember him doing drills with his father, Sean, before games, after games. We used to play together on Wednesday nights. He just has a love for the game, and it came out there. Can Taki find a miracle?
Deep 3 from Douglas. Banks it in. Well, to use the bank to their advantage.
It ain't over yet.
Russo Nance again, and he's fouled. So will a game be iced by a 17-year-old after a lot of work and a game-winning performance by a man who came to prominence at the Under-19 Worlds in this building, Rob Lowe.
2 makes will get it done. 1 make and there's a chance.
I can't believe what we've seen tonight.
It's been phenomenal. I love this game, man. I love it so much.
Barring a very brief period in the second quarter, the Taranaki.
I'll tell you what, with 3 seconds left, there's a decision to make between, well, you want to make it so you're guaranteed down 3, but if you miss, it's going to be really difficult to get a quality shot with 3 seconds. No timeouts, they want to go with it.
Russo Nance makes it. Taranaki is one last chance to stay alive from half court. Javonte Douglas off to the left, and can you believe it? The Auckland Tuatara have beaten the Taranaki Airs 24 hours after beating the Wellington Saints, and they are in the grand final in their first ever season in the South NBL.
Wow. Just wow. What a performance. I mean, you hear about never say die, but that was never say die. My heart really goes out to Taranaki. What a fantastic season. But the storybook ending is not to be for them. Instead, the Auckland Tuatara, left for dead, are not that. They are alive and kicking.
107 to 104. They will play the winner of the Otago Nuggets and the Nelson Giants in Saturday's grand final. The MVP, the player of the game, Rob Lowe, 29 points, 19 rebounds, 6 steals, and some of the biggest buckets we've seen in 2022. He's with Brooke Rusco.
Rob Lowe, make sense. There was points in that game where I thought, okay, it might be tough for you guys to get this one back. You get that steal, you get that 3 to force it into overtime. You're now going to the grand finals. Wow.
I mean, yeah, like KG said, anything's possible, right? But it's basketball.
You spoke to us at halftime and you said you guys are the best team in the league. You proved that in the second half. You managed to fight back. You did not give up at any point. Now the thing is you get a day off. Grand finals on Saturday. What's the next couple of days going to look like?
Yeah, you know, Aaron's got a big job ahead of him. You know, we'll probably come watch the game tomorrow night or watch it on TV or whatever. But, you know, rest up the bodies and get right.
Is it a little bit surreal for you? This is the court where you made your name. I go back to the Under-19 World Championships. You went to Westlake Boys just down the road. You're back. You're leading this team better than most ever could. Is it a little bit surreal for you at the moment?
Yeah, no, it's a cool opportunity, you know, getting to play in front of your home fans who have been awesome all year. It's a shout out to them and, you know, being on the court. I used to work here in high school, so yeah, it's just surreal, I guess.
Talking about high school, there's a kid on your team right now, Dante Russo-Nance, who iced the game. He's 17 years old at the moment. Just run us through him. You must be so proud of him at the moment.
Yeah, you know, he's had an interesting week being over in Aussie with the NBA stuff, and you know, for him to join the team and you know, ice the game like you said is awesome. You know, we believe in anyone on this team. You know, we would have taken anyone on the bench to hit those shots. So we're just confident, and we'll take those confidence into the final.
I'll let you get back to the team. Congratulations, amazing game, and one more.
Well, a special moment there between Brooke Roscoe and Rob Lowe, as Rob Lowe, how about the man of the moment, the finishes around the rim, his patience offensively. It looked like Taranaki was going to come out and blow the doors off. Instead, the big fellas for the Tuatara played so well. 29 points, 19 rebounds. The stats are incredible. But look at this play to finish, the layup, the bank three-point shot to tie it up. Just a phenomenal performance here. Couldn't write a story that would believe with that. And on the other end of that story, bookending for the Tuatara, is Brooke Roscoe with a man who is retiring not the way he thought he would want to.
Yeah, I'm joined by Auntie Aaron Bailey-Noel, and you've been such a stalwart for basketball here in New Zealand over the last, I'm not even going to say the number, but you've been amazing, and you guys finally got to the dance. This was a big deal. You guys haven't been here the whole time you've been with the Taranaki years, so you made it. There was points in that game where I thought, okay, you guys are going to run away with this one, but just didn't quite get it over the line. But I know, you know, a little bit less about the game and maybe the team that I saw this year. It was a different team that you guys had. You must be proud of those boys.
Yeah, definitely. What a season that we've had. You know, to go from, you know, near last year to coming through and winning the regular season. It was an amazing achievement from the boys, and a lot of hard work's gone in.
It's always a tough chat to have with someone after a tough loss like that in the semi-final as well. But let's just talk about your career, because, man, it's come to an end tonight. This is, you know, the last time we'll see you. There's no more fouls for you to give out, which is a sad thing for New Zealand basketball. But you've had some amazing moments. What were some of the things you're going to cherish, and what are some of the highlights that you've had?
Oh, I guess just playing for so long, you know, the longevity of it all, you know, 20 years playing in the New Zealand NBL. It's been, you know, amazing journey. You know, I couldn't have done it without my family. You know, and I've had some highs. You know, I won a championship with the Saints back in 2003, so that was a major highlight. Playing for New Zealand Māori and also 3x3, it was sort of, you know, reinvigorated my career at the back end.
You know, we've played on the same teams together. We've been around this game for a long time, and, you know, on behalf of everybody who's a part of this New Zealand basketball family, thank you for what you did. You're an absolute legend of this game, and you're going to be missed.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Love that dude, man.
We'll echo those words here in Coventry Plaza. Aaron Bailey-Noel, one of the real gentlemen of the game off the court.
Hey.
And one of the hardest players on the court.
If it's worth playing for, it's worth fighting for. And that was a man who always had fight. Left, right, and center, he was filled with it. It is a loss to the game that he will no longer be gracing the hardwood during the regular season, but a fantastic man, and didn't get the send-off he wanted, but still a great career.
Well, this Taranaki airside from the top all the way through to the bottom have just been a credit to their region in 2022, led by the heart of the organisation, head coach Trent Adam, who's with Brooke.
Without a doubt, the heart of this organisation, and I know that was a tough pill to swallow. You guys have done so well to get to this point. The regular season, you blew everyone away, but that's a tough one tonight.
Yeah, it is. Very tough. I thought we were doing the things we needed to do. We had little spurts of not rebounding as well as we needed to, and yeah, just a little couple of errors there that sort of kept them alive, and credit to them. Like when you get a chance in a semi-final, they grabbed it with both hands. So you know, great job by them on that.
I was watching you the whole way through the game, and it didn't like you or the team were overawed. It was kind of like you were embracing this moment. It looked like you guys were having a lot of fun, and that kind of reflects the team that you've had this year.
Yeah, we talked about, I suppose, honouring the occasion. Do you know what I mean? And it's a place that our franchise hasn't been for a while, and so we thought we've got to make the most of it. We play best when we play with a little bit of swag, a little bit of personality. Do you know what I mean? And we couldn't get to the stage and not be who we are. And yeah, it's tough when we don't quite get where we wanted to get to, and a place that we felt that we deserve to be. But as I said, full credit to the Tuatara. The team's been great all year. Rob and Chris and Taki, and they've just been outstanding. So yeah, they had an opportunity and they grabbed it. So good luck to them tomorrow night.
Without a doubt. And I'll let you get back to your boys really quickly. But what would you like to say to your troops? Because I saw a different team this year.
Yeah, I want to thank them, for that opportunity to play and coach the group. Like, everybody says this, but we've got a great bunch of guys, do you know what I mean? Like, awesome guys, and they've really connected with our community. And I'm honoured to be able to lead that group. I missed the timeout late, and I've cost our team a chance at a game on Saturday night, and I've got to now go back there and let them know that I made an error, and I've got to own that, and that's something that's going to be tough to deal with for a little while.
I absolutely understand where you come from, but don't be too hard on yourself. You got the team to the dance. You coached amazingly all year long. I was impressed with what you did and how you led these troops. Amazing effort from you and the team, and the thing is, come back again next year now.
Yeah, we're definitely, now that we've been here, we're going to crash this party every year.
I'll let you get out of here.
Thank you so much.
Good credit to the league, good credit to his club, Trent Adam. And he's a wonderful ambassador for the game in Aotearoa.
A bit hard on himself, most definitely. As all coaches are, mistakes were plenty. Taranaki, all things equal, shouldn't lose that game without making mistakes. Unfortunately, did, and you got to wear it. And they are.
22 points, 11 rebounds for Takiula Farrenson, who's had two big nights, and he's with Brooke Ruscoe.
Taki, you have found your rhythm at the right time of the season. 22 points tonight, 11 rebounds. You matched up on Javonte Douglas a whole bunch as well. Defensively, last night you had Xavier Cooks a whole bunch. How are you feeling at the moment? Because you're playing with a swag and a determination that you're the best player on the court right now.
Oh, I don't know. You seen Rob, CJ? You see what they're doing? There's a lot of good guys out there. I think I just want to win, bro. And I'm doing whatever the team needs, playing my role. Whatever it takes to win. I'm trying to, you see it. We got to the championship, so now we're one more game out, and we're feeling good about it.
And you've just come off the back of the FIBA Asia Cup, where you were huge there. You're huge again. You want to go one more game. It's either going to be against the Nuggets or the Giants. Sorry, had a bit of a mind blank there. But does it matter which way that one goes?
I don't think it matters from our perspective, but we'll be watching the game closely and watching both teams, and we'll come here on Saturday night ready for whoever we got.
You're one game away from a championship. You're playing great. Congratulations.
He certainly is playing great. So 107-104, the Tuatara have won in the most remarkable game of the season. There's no doubt about it. So tomorrow from 7:30, semi-final 2, Giants, Nuggets. A lot to play for, a lot to live up to for those two teams. The winner of that will meet this just Cinderella story of an Auckland Tuatara side on Saturday at 7 o'clock at Eventfinda Stadium. From Casey Frank and myself, Eubank, and the entire Sky Sport team, let's do it all again tomorrow, live here on the home of sport.
Everything is the only thing.